Do Svidaniya, and welcome to Tinker Tailor Solder Fry here on the mighty Loading Ready Live Video Entertainment Network.
That means goodbye.
Ian Horner, and I'm
Suka!
And I'm here with y'all today. Very happy to, bye. Let's try.
And I can't even go offline because Heather will kill me.
Yep, nope. Can't make those jokes, not when I have to stream with her on Sunday. So, I've got two great friends with me here. As usual, we've got Alex.
Yo, what's up?
Here, putting together his Topol rocket.
I'm so happy I brought tweezers this time, because fucking shitcock asshole! Hi.
Wow, it's going that well.
And hopefully here to round out the production of this Naomi build, Danny Geek, Ben Swallow. And yes, hopefully it is time to...
Right, hopefully they shipped you the thing you actually ordered.
Yeah, so I kind of teased what happened.
This needs to go inside there.
And you forgot to put it in?
No, I can put it in there, but it has to balance just...
That's what glue is for.
So how are you going to manage that?
With great precision.
All right.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'll need it.
So for those of you who know, we've been working on this Naomi for, it's been at least a couple of years
It's
now,
been.
if not more than that, because we started this back at the old moon base. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah. This is maybe a good a good reason why we should actually work on projects a little more serially on this show, rather than hopping around.
I would be super into that, by the way.
That might be a good idea.
So I need to invest
fair.
a lot more time into this son of a bitch!
Last episode, we got it to the point where it looked like it was mostly bootable. We were going to try and get it going, and unfortunately, it wouldn't, because turns out apparently there was a BIOS in here that requires a higher version of software than what we had. So I got on the eBays, and wow, this is a lot of Cyrillic on the tape on this.
I mean, they want to be sure that you get the chip in one piece.
Well,
I guess.
It's what it says right there on the customs declaration. Microchip 1 from Zelengrad, which is
That's made up.
Zelenograd.
That is made up.
Not a place I'm familiar with, but let's find out if we got what we needed.
Where in Russia do you think it is?
Okay, let's do this.
The interior?
Yes, somewhere inside Russia.
Somewhere that's part of.
Yes.
Yeah, nice work. Way to really narrow it down.
Look, if there's one thing I don't want to do, it's try and pretend I understand exactly what is currently inside and outside of the Russian Federation. But that's one of two pieces that we need to worry about tonight.
Right.
Son of a...
Because the other aspect is that we've
Maybe
wired...
need to connect
No,
the
no,
cable.
no, no,
yeah,
no,
we've
no.
wired up the controllers such that
yeah.
they are plug-inable via a DB15 connector.
Right.
But we need to get that from the DB15.
Also, it might be helpful to have a actual list of how we laid out this pinout.
Right.
If I was here when we did this and we didn't write it down, I'm sorry. If I wrote it down and took the paper with me, sorry.
I think we maybe thought we were going to get it to this a little bit sooner.
Yeah, probably we weren't intending to wait, I don't know, 2 years, whatever it is. Someone knows, and it's not me. But yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did wire up the second one the same as the first one. But
Okay, well, that's good.
yes.
Making them the same wiring is probably smart, but yeah.
The nice thing is that for those who are not versed in these sorts of things, thankfully...
I'm gonna need you to not do that.
Oh, sorry. My bad. I had a lot of chili.
Thankfully, with these sorts of cherry switches, you can just pull the connector. Should we need
To
to move
rewire
things
if we
around?
have to? Yeah. Well, I mean, the important thing is not to confuse the joystick ones since they're wired differently.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, because it's a sandwich stick, right? And so they take a single connector that has each of the 4 cardinal directions and the ground. versus like an American stick would have 4 separate cherry switches that would all have to be wired. So your ground would be daisy chained
Against
to them, and so it's kind of like it's more uniform, but it's not a cleaner design like this where it looks nicer. Yeah,
Right.
but.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, we need to get that installed.
So I need to see the inside of this.
Yeah, we're going to break open some VGA cables from the local thrift store because it's much easier than rolling your own.
Well, yeah, assuming that there are actually 15 wires in here.
We'll have to find that out quite quickly. For that, I'm going to give you the slightly more.
If
Oh, these
necessary,
very beefy.
if necessary, we can probably fish another VGA cable out of our storage, and we could use that if we really need to.
Yeah, I mean we have 2, so it's not a question of not having the VGA cable so much as it is if they actually use every single pin out that's in it.
Is that not big enough for you?
No, it will cut it. I'm just thinking about.
Sounds like my first time.
This will definitely cut it easier. That matters, but
Okay,
we also have
I guess it's
strippers.
going to be that kind of an episode. Yeah, no, this will be fine.
All right.
I say that as I immediately fail to cut it.
Yeah, I can't really think of any other way to find out how many wires there are in there. Without
Yeah, well, I mean, getting into it is the correct way. It's just if I could crack this open,
Oh, that would be so much.
that would be better.
Ben, what is a dandy geek?
I don't know, man.
That's your username.
I mean, yeah, it is.
So
So what?
We all say a lot of things when we're younger.
Yeah, I guess that's
like girls are icky.
Never once in my life have those
Some
words
of us
crossed my
grow out of
lips.
that phase.
I guess I should also mention that we've got today on the panel as well. We've got Matt on camera and Beej on the board.
Yeah, I've never grown out of the stage of thinking that girls are icky. Not personally,
Okay,
anyway.
so
Okay. Well, I
Hey.
mean, like, hey, more for us? Wait, no, that's not. Dig up,
I don't-
stupid.
that's how that works, right? Okay.
Dig up.
Ian, are we sure that we're done with the crinkling and the scratching and the
Oh,
styrofoam?
yeah,
and
the styrofoam is done.
That's good.
Because
Thank
I've managed
you. Okay.
to, I've extracted
sure?
the,
Because
I've
that was
extracted the
coming
chip.
right across your microphone the entire time, and I was like, I don't know how to deal with this because I can't mute
He's
you.
still talking. Yes.
I'm. You got it in there? Yeah. Well done, Alex.
Let's have a
Give it
look at
hold
that.
sec.
Ooh, hey, nice.
The shaft
nice.
has been installed.
That does,
Ironically, this will not be visible at any time.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's just for your edification to know that you did it
It
properly?
matters.
I'm
Okay, when I play
I'm not
Minecraft,
arguing with you. I agree that it matters. I just was being clear about why.
yeah, I'm
why
that
it was there,
asshole who
like
when
that.
I play Minecraft, I actually sink foundations. Because just putting blocks on top of sand is like, that's weird, that would collapse.
Yeah,
Even though they literally float in midair.
right.
thank you, cannons are an instrument for that. Apparently, if a cable's missing a wire, it should be missing a pin as well.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. I'm actually quite impressed with the packaging on the.
Well, good news. It's got all its pins.
Hey. Naomi 2 multi-BIOS.
Yeah, technically that should work on the
Yeah.
Naomi 1 or the Naomi 2. You just it
Thank goodness.
repurposes the dip switches 2 and 3 so that you can choose what region you're in,
Magnificent.
which is important for those Japanese games I'm sure you're going to live.
Oh, I'm sure it is vital.
Oh, goodness.
Get in there.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, that's it. Now we know. Now we know. Say no.
So while we're all working on different things here, I'm going to very, very carefully extract this
Swearing at
Chip?
different things.
and replace it.
What do you mean very carefully?
I mean, which is to say, not just using a butter knife to pop it out.
Given the
Well, I mean, what have you got? Yeah.
Hands.
given the time we've had with the Dreamcast, I think very carefully is a good idea.
Yeah, that's fair. I
What
probably
happened to
should
the
be
Dreamcast?
grounded, but hey, whatever.
Ian, what happened to the Dreamcast?
The Dreamcast is fine.
Which Dreamcast?
Yes, exactly.
How many of them have fallen to your blades?
Only one so far.
Okay, that's more than 0.
Did any of them get set on blue fire?
What do you mean blue fire?
Blue fire's not. That's bad.
That's not even a thing, is it?
Well, you don't want it to be a thing.
No.
You really need something to wedge under that chip.
Yeah.
I don't think you have. Like
Not
ow,
those.
that doesn't go wide enough yet.
We do have a tool that will work
Sounds
for
like my
this.
second time.
Oh yeah, we have that whole collection of spudgers.
Yep.
Of what?
Spudgers.
Spudgers. What's a spudger then?
It's literally just a device that is used to pry things open that is soft.
It's a
Intentional.
soft
Not hard.
wedge.
Yeah, softer than what you're
Harry?
working on.
What's a spudger? Have we got spudgers? This bloke wants a spudger. I don't fucking know what.
I'm going to use on this.
Goodness.
Aha! Yes, good. Good, yes. That's where you fit. This is your destiny.
So what have we found on the?
Well, we've got braiding on the outside,
A lot of it.
and then looks like another wrap shield around the wiring, and then the rest of the wires bundled in.
These
So,
are extremely well packed.
Yeah.
Ow, Alex.
There we go. Look at all those wires.
Which one's your favorite?
Well, I don't know. I have to kind of give them all a once over. Well, some of these are thick boys. I wonder what those are for.
RB. Oh yes, RGB.
Uh-huh.
Red, blue, gray.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Now hang on a
I'm
second.
sure that's exactly how it's wired up too. Yeah.
Uh-oh. I beg your pardon? Are you serious right now?
No.
Nope.
All right, Alex, you're live.
Yeah.
The camera's on you. What's wrong?
I don't even know how to begin to describe this. It's going to be fine. Trademark.
Perfect.
If you can't describe what it is, can you at least describe your emotional feelings towards it?
Confusion, apprehension, rage. No, that comes later. No, just these parts on the undercarriage are interfacing in a way that I did not expect.
Ooh.
But we will charge onward. Okay, that's not so bad,
What have we found? Then?
I
I'm
think.
gonna strip
Come on, one time.
some of these thicker ones.
One push, make
a little
baby.
bit so I can see what's in here. Because there's not enough
Oh!
separate wires to
Oh,
match the.
no.
That's kind of what I suspect. Is it's like, so we've got 2-3 of these thick boys, and then
And they're-
another 6 little ones. So that's 9,
That's
which
not-
makes me think if you go, that you might have one more in each of these. But
Yeah, if they're centered.
I mean, I also probably could have looked up how VGA cables are wired before we started this, but honestly, I didn't know if you were going to have that chip in, and I brought other small projects.
Classic blunder.
Yeah, I know, being prepared and forgetting to prepare for the main thing that I was preparing for.
Land war in Asia.
Yep. Wait a minute.
Yep, pretty much.
Multiple preparations.
But yeah, 2,
Scheiße. Wait, no. Blät.
I mean,
Lynn.
it's right. Checking for a signal against the pins on this side is how we're going to figure this out.
So you're gonna split open the big boys to find 2 cables in each?
Yeah, because so in the red one, I've already stripped the kind of end off, and you can see there's a set of wires kind of braided here, and then there's another wire that's insulated from that in here. So I don't think it's a matryoshka. I don't think there's like another smaller wire inside of it with another insulated part, but I could be wrong. Yeah. So I think that's basically, I'm going to have to do that and then figure it out. But it's still not
What was that noise?
enough to make up enough pins. So I'm not sure.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not sure what our options are there.
Well, let's see what we've got.
Yeah, got you now, you fucker.
Elaborate, please.
Okay, so there's so many parts that depend on one another to fully connect together on this kit. Like these panels or trunnions or whatever, and Jesus Christ, I swear to God, if I put this on backwards, I'm gonna tilt. Put it on backwards.
Yeah. We're short a couple.
They have holes in either side that clip into corresponding holes on these axle pieces. And the whole thing like pulls the bottom set, like if this whole assembly here is a pair of rails, these pieces are pulling them together, which explains why they seemed a little bit far apart when I first built this. So we're learning. So
Thank you, Mungo Dude, for that.
never mind that shit.
That implies
Here
15
comes
wires.
Mungo.
Did he mungo at you? What did he do?
For those wondering what the beeping sound was, that was me just putting the multimeter in continuity testing mode. Which will,
Should make this easier.
yeah.
One can only hope.
Is it going to clarify the canon of that wire? Is that what the continuity checking is?
It just keeps flashing AU for some reason.
So we're missing one wire.
Oh, gold wire
think.
then.
Yeah.
Oh, unless it's counting the outer shielding or the outer.
Well, this
Grid
might
is-
be, yeah. That, I don't know. Yeah. I'm not excited about that prospect.
No. Yep, go ahead and grab those. Meanwhile, I'm going to see if we can boot the Naomi into net
Oh yeah, go for it.
mode. We've got a lot going on today.
We sure do.
Just a little.
Right.
Must fuse you together.
There. Turn around.
Da, 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 na, 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 na. Oh, one fucking time. Let's do this.
There it is.
Yep, get it in. Yep. Fuck.
That's never a good sound, Alex.
It's fine. It's okay, you're nervous. It's your first time. So what I need you to do is pick up. Yep.
Send that over there.
Where?
This in behind. Because we don't need to see that. We just need to see the results.
Is that results-based thinking?
No.
I was warned off that.
How did it work out for you?
I don't know. Inconclusive. Get in there.
Oh, there's the tub of fun stuff.
Yes.
Come on.
Would you like the tub?
Yeah, I think, because I'm probably going to test one or two things. And
Yeah, I brought my locking pliers this time, asshole.
Okay. All right.
I'm glad
That's
we
fair.
have adversarial reactions to
Here,
our.
you're going to need probably that. Maybe that.
You're not smarter than me.
You'll definitely need that. No, I'm just.
That we'll need later.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Of course. Right. Did you already do the thing you needed to do here?
I believe so.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it based on the tape and modifications.
Yeah, it's
Right? I think, yeah.
that one's hopefully working. I think I know what
here,
Is that the breakout? That's the breakout for the GD-ROM drive.
we are going to utilize the solitary
That's
benefit
the
of being
SCSI
nearsighted,
cable,
Yep.
right?
which is that my vision is much clearer up close without my glasses on.
Oh, really? Okay. Because honestly, as nice as this is, looking at it, I'm inclined to
Just go that direction.
Yeah,
I think
except
you-
I don't think I have anything to crimp these things. I don't remember what I did last time.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Look at all this sweet JAMA harness business.
Where did my model go? Ah,
I just want to shake a bunch of wires at everybody.
Okay.
Oh, it's a thing of beauty.
Why did I...
What have you done to that mess there?
I mean, nothing. I think the issue is I don't even remember what I had this mess for. Oh, this is just an untouched. Sure,
Ah,
that's just an untouched. Yeah,
I don't think, and I think that's
because you, I don't.
actually that's
I
the
don't
only
know,
one we
I'm
have.
Yeah, I mean that checks out. Is that?
Those are just jumpers.
Oh, that was just a bundle from pulling them out of the sticks. Yeah,
Right.
because I didn't want to throw anything away because I'm a pack rat. Oh, hey.
I've seen your house. You're not a pack rat.
You say that, but you haven't seen all of my spaces.
You're
that
gonna have
I-
to take my word for it.
Okay, fair.
You have
You're
you
not
have
a hoarder.
You have an extensive amount of storage somewhere.
Well, no, I mean I just hide everything in the universe from the rest of the world.
Yeah, but that already that means you're not a pack rat because people
Oh.
who are hoarders actually like
just let it all hang
Yeah.
out. Is that what it takes?
yeah, they have corridors through the trash.
Why are these bare?
And what is that?
No, it just came, this is a kick harness.
Oh, okay.
It's
Where's my snare?
no.
Oh, the kick heart. Yep.
No.
You're looking for this.
Yeah.
Who's the naughty boy that came unstuck?
So, are you in need of a different cable then? Still, are we still chasing that?
Oh, it's just the debate of whether or not I'm going to use the thrifted cable
Right.
and try to go through this since I'm not counting enough wires to match up, or if I'm just going to use the stuff that I brought originally, which is just some connectors
Okay.
to match up.
I
Is that
mean,
one of the connectors, or is that the wrong one? Anyway,
we could
Here's
double
the
check to see if we
box.
have a different, like if we have a DVI cable or something.
no, I mean we've already got the like D sub 15 connector
Yeah.
on the sticks, so we.
Oh, you'd
may-
want to work with that. I understand.
Yeah. It's easier to just, I know that I bought.
I believe this shit.
Yeah,
These little
There we
panels for
go.
bridging.
I think that's right. No, that's the other. Is that a,
Let's get a shot
Mail.
of that on
That's
close cam,
mail.
actually, Alex.
and I
Oops.
don't know which one this is.
So you see these little panels, the one that I have clamped, are bridging these
Like it's
struts.
pulling it back together.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, real weird.
All right.
Real frickin' weird, my dude. My
that's-
dude fruit.
Who engineered this?
Commies.
Oh. Well, congrats to you.
What the hell?
Tommies.
A51. Locate pot A51.
Goodness. Hey. Hello, Samsung.
PC is ready.
I thought I was losing my mind. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
I was like, somebody just subscribed and then that sound happened. That's not normal.
Pot
I figured it would be better if I
F51.
said something.
There
Thank
it
you
is.
very much.
Oh, that sound is that. Okay.
Yeah, that's the Naomi, all right.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
It's
because the AC just came on too, and I'm like, oh, that's gonna be a problem.
yeah. Well, arcade machines are not quiet.
Yeah,
They don't need to be. Have you ever been into an arcade?
I used to
Ah,
work
yeah,
at
I
an
ran
arcade.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
we go.
know there's a new one in town?
A new stand-up arcade.
Yes.
Interesting.
and it caters exactly to who it should, which is to say people who are nostalgic about arcades.
Okay.
Well, maybe not should, but just like what's practical.
Sure, if you want to have a operating arcade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real cool.
Okay, this is actually a. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gateway,
test mode is available now.
yeah, gateway not found just means it can't connect to anything on the network that it's expecting. But
Ian, are you going to
Wait,
need
this-
network cables for this?
We'll need some later, but the important thing is
okay.
we've managed to successfully get the network
I'm
settings
going to get a close up on that.
open.
Wait, why is this on a network? Fuck!
Are you okay? Oh, I see. You lost something.
Goodbye.
Oh no.
Matt, can you help him
No,
find
I
that?
found it.
Okay, good.
Yay.
This is the like don't move your chair.
Yeah, don't roll over it.
Oh, that's just going straight to hell. Okay, let's try this again.
Okay, so yeah, the IP address for the Naomi is currently set to 192.168.0.1.
Oh, I
went-
know that place.
I went.
maybe
Yeah,
the-
I went there once. It was full of spyware.
That's awesome. Congratulations. That was just you pulled a chip out and you plugged in a new chip.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's
That's
Congratulations.
all it was. It was just.
You made the right schwass.
Why didn't we do that a year ago?
Listen here.
we had other fish to fry at that point.
Agreed.
Don't make us
Oh.
knife hand you.
Surely you like. Have I told you about knife handing?
No,
Your shit's bang out of order, and it sucks, and you need to fly right.
Oh yeah.
Just
Sure.
don't.
Just doing that.
Then if you're really serious, you double knife hand. It's like I can't believe this is happening to you, and you're doing this to me. You need to stop.
That seems very aggressive.
I have a guy who works in.
The military
Oh.
in a like.
Dix is saying you
Like-
should never double knife hand.
Yeah, you don't
Double knifing seems really
It's just
intense.
like I think people don't like doing that because it's like extraordinarily aggressive and
Yeah.
Quick disconnect.
If you get knife handed, you fucked up.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Aw, look at you adorable boys. I don't remember what I cut you off of. Hey everybody, I'm just digging through a bag of wires. It's riveting television. I
Bringing
know.
back old memories.
Yeah, basically trying to jumpstart my brain. And failing. Cool.
I have no memory of these wires.
Yeah. Now that I have done this to the table, I feel more at home.
wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
It's a hell of a.
I know.
Where's Owen Wilson when we need him?
Getting paid an awful lot of money, probably.
Yeah, what's he up to?
We're
Wow.
not good with that guy.
Do you want to test one of these? Because I don't have enough hands to,
Yeah.
hold a wire against anything.
If I may, I'm just going to strip out the.
Oh, sure.
So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. Yeah, missing 3.
Yep.
Just take a little bit off there.
Oh, don't you come apart. Oh boy, that's not. That
You're
is
really
a
not
big.
taking
I
a ton off
specifically
there,
requested the opposite of
That's
this.
what the little measurements on the base
hey,
tell
that's
you.
nifty.
Yeah.
You're
we do
doing
both.
this
Yours
on
do the same
purpose.
thing. It's better to do one at a
I
time.
think so.
Yeah.
Let's get a half inch. Yeah, yours
I
is
mean, I think you've got enough there to at least see.
yeah, a few
know,
of these.
That little snipper thing you were using kind of looks like a dinosaur head.
It
All
does,
right.
doesn't it? A little cable stripper.
So I don't remember her
Well,
name,
let's start with the gray.
but
Okay.
the actress who played a bunch of the rubber monsters
set
in the
difference,
Godzilla
huh?
films,
Oh yeah, her.
apparently on set would make little rar noises. It's adorable.
Yeah, God, I remember not Bara Ito. I can't remember her name now. Damn it.
Yeah, but you know who I'm talking
I know
about.
exactly who you're talking about. Yeah.
I thought it was magical.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you in that situation?
Interesting.
In about 15
Maybe
seconds, someone
I
will
don't
post
know.
it in chat. I'm almost
Okay.
sure of it.
Okay.
Give me that was the
That was gray outer. Yeah, let's go with gray
give me
inner.
the yeah gray inner and then I'm gonna clear
Yep.
this off probably because
I don't think these are what we're looking at.
Get in there. You fuck.
okay and that's definitely on
Yeah,
the
touch me, tip, tip, tip. Let's me.
Calm down.
Okay, something's.
Is
You
it
know
even
what?
on?
and this is
If this is problematic, I'm going to send.
That's
Okay, that's good.
that's a great noise.
great
Okay,
when it
gray
screams.
outer again. Okay, so that's the gray outer.
Okay, so hey, look at that, it works.
What
So
does
I wrote-
50 sieverts per hour mean?
Where are you reading that, sir? If it's anywhere in this room, I have a problem.
Well,
Oh no, we don't.
Okay, that's gray inner.
Not for long,
oh,
anyway.
well, I mean, I should be writing them down. So
Was that just a?
cool. I don't know if this is the correct direction, but I'm gonna go.
I think it is.
Sorry, give me that last one again.
Last one was gray inner, so that'll be pin 2,
Yeah. Okay.
and pin 1 is gray outer.
Wait, hold on.
Wrong stream.
No,
It could be the right
I don't
stream.
think so. Give me gray outer.
Aisle.
No, it's actually down here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they go.
7.
Voice activated shitty Google.
It's like, hey, Google.
Wait, sorry. Which one was this one up here?
That one is gray outer.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, just too many things in my hands.
Sounds like my third.
Gray
time.
outer is 7. Gray inner is 2.
Confirmed.
Just like better,
Next up, brown.
worse,
Brown.
worse, better, better, worse.
Brown is 12. Okay.
Next up, orange.
Orange. All right. Hey, got it in 1.
Right.
5.
Blue outer.
I just.
So what exactly are you doing?
We're making a connection, like a closed loop,
Basically,
and it yells at you to say, "Hey, I'm getting it."
with the end goal of pin mapping this cable.
Oh,
Okay, sorry, what was that?
Blue outer.
Blue outer is 8. Okay, what's the next?
Blue inner.
this must be way easier with 2 people, huh?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do this with 2. I mean, or rather by yourself. If you have like a pair of helping hands,
It can be better.
it can help, but it's not perfect. Okay, so that's 3. What was that? Blue inner?
Blue inner, correct.
Actually, this might actually make this easier.
All right. Just going to need to strip one here. Thanks, Valley Village, for getting green.
This is green? Okay.
Super green.
Green's 15.
Okay. Let's do white next. Hold up.
No, it's ooh wah ah ah ah. Yeah,
Yeah.
If you're sick, you're not supposed to come to work.
yeah. That's what I always say.
White.
Okay.
Oh, my thumbs are gonna
Sorry,
fall
it's
off.
one of those
Ow,
I'm
ow,
being
ow,
thorough
ow,
and checking to see it's not
Not
bridged across
crossed.
pins.
Yep.
Ayah!
Okay, so that's.
That's the
13,
kind of thinking
13.
that
white.
won't.
White, did you say?
Yes.
That's the kind of thinking that what now?
That won't come back to bite us in the future.
Well,
Because I mean, technically, you could look up a pinout because this was a VGA cable. However,
That doesn't tell us if they
They
follow
use,
the
right, if there's like,
color
if they use the
standard.
color standard, it also,
yeah,
It's
exactly.
like, I mean, somebody listed all, like what the 15 wires should be, but again, we don't actually have 15 wires in here, so.
Oh.
Exactly.
That's a bad
Okay,
start.
What is
yellow.
yellow?
Okay, let's try this again. Come on. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Get in there. Get in there.
Wait,
Stay in
really?
there.
Yellow?
Yeah,
Okay,
yellow
hold on.
is-
Come on now.
Do I need to reset the
This is
multimeter
like-
again?
Siren and
Nope, hold
air.
on. Wait, what?
Wait.
That sounds right.
Yep, that's
Yep,
positive.
14. That was yellow?
Yes. Here comes Mr. Black.
Oh, I'm so glad that's in the right freaking orientation.
Wait, what?
Next one.
I think that's you. Let me just double check. No. Okay. That's 9.
Great.
And that was black, you said.
Yes.
Okie doke.
And we're going to go with red outer.
So Alex, this is the you're using the glue, the solvent is what you're using.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
Adam
That's
Savage
right.
told me to use this.
Because it melts plastics together.
Oh, yeah?
Well, I mean, he didn't tell me specifically, but I watched one of his maker videos, and
That's
he
6.
said
and
that
that's,
this
sorry.
red outer?
particular.
Red
This is
Okey-doke.
Red inner.
weld on. Yeah, weld on number 3, which is supposedly very prized among.
Red and
Plastic modelers?
Well, no,
is
like
number 1.
Yep.
motion picture model makers,
Just
Oh.
because
I'm going
you
to
can use it
have fun. This
to
is a
assemble
braid.
scratch
Braid?
builds out of like acrylic parts very, very quickly because it
Okay.
sets up
Wait. Stay
Very
on braid,
quickly.
though.
real fast. But yeah, it does melt the plastic.
Didn't know we could do welding in-house here.
Yep, as long as it's acrylic.
Wait till we get our Glowforge.
Uh,
Spoilers, we're not getting a Glowforge.
Oh,
This has got Ben all excited there, I'm sorry.
no, it's all right. It's the, like, I'm still waiting for them to get around to actually making their air filter.
Oh.
As it turns out, all the places that I could vent in my home are either it will billow carcinogenic smoke into like the street, or it will do it into the air intake of the AC system.
That's
So those are
Okay.
non-optimal places to exhaust a thing. So I need an actual air filter.
boy
So
running
that
this.
so that I can run a thing that like it's super cool. It's just it's unfortunate that like that's a place where they were really lagging behind.
Running
this-
this laser cutter.
Okay, so there are a bunch of pins that this goes hot on.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
That's-
I don't like that.
No.
Are you in the braid again?
You know what? I'm actually just going to stay in the braid, but
Just
I'm going
stay-
to take it away from anything.
I think that's why.
the shielding.
what's the braid, Precious?
So that's 10,
It's just an outer braid of
and then that's 4. What? How? Okay, I get it. I touched that. Quiet, you.
well, so far if it's 10 and 4, that covers 2 of the missing pins.
All right, let's get a look at Alex's.
And 11.
That's all the pins then.
Yeah, so we're not doing that.
Nope.
Um,
Thanks. Computer industry.
That's on the underside where no one will see it.
Yeah, when are we gonna get to the
But you
tube?
know it's there, and I know it's there.
Yeah. We want the tube.
Show me potato salad. Oh, there's a couple more pieces to add.
I need to add
okay.
locate pots
So-
We need
F53, F54.
Wires. This is our Naomi wiring stuff, right? Sure.
And that's what it was made for, I believe.
That's the
This hole?
two? Did I slice that off?
I think I spliced it off when I was thinking about putting this together, and then decided to do something else.
Oh, sure. Well, this would be the player one
Bundle.
connection, and then that's, I think this is like probably coin and player one and like start stuff and all, because this is, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember how they bundled it.
I remember I took them
I
apart
think that's monitor connection. if
in
I
an
remember
effort
right.
to just make it more
Yeah,
understandable.
yeah, that's fair. Let me move that out of the way.
Congrats to Plummeting Sloth on 3 good-looking projects so far, inspired by TTSF.
Hey,
A kegerator, a knife, inspired by Alex was working on a knife,
Ooh.
and he just fired up his forge last night.
Hey.
Hey!
congratulations!
Let me move this out of the way.
Good stuff.
That's our.
Did some hardening in his forge, I should say.
Nice. The first time I properly tempered a spring, it was really, really satisfying. So you're like, I altered the properties of
probably-
steel.
Move that out of. Why do I don't actually need those.
That's a project I may share at some point, but it's secret for now.
Secret. Okay.
Put this aside as well.
God, we have so many of these.
So that's there. That's
Okay, so I need the
there?
actual
Question
connectors
mark?
first.
Okay.
And I need to verify that these are the correct kind of connectors that we need. I think they are, but, you know, hey.
it's a pretty loose fit.
Well, I don't need this. Can
No.
I throw this angrily
Oh,
at something?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
I didn't actually throw it that hard. It
You
just,
forgot
Made
yeah.
a great
to
sound.
yeet.
You dented beach.
Oh, I was supposed to yeet when I threw it? I'm sorry. Well, hold on. Is there something else I can throw?
No! God, I can't take it a second time.
Like, you can always chuck your dignity.
I asked for him to throw it. I had my hands up and everything. And
ready.
something happened to my brain that says, what if you put your hands down right now and just take it in the skull? I'm like, that's a good idea, brain. And then I did.
No, brain. That's not a good idea. Did I actually clock you?
Am I bleeding?
Very, very
wow, yeah.
slowly.
Oh my god, you hurt Peach!
It's not your fault. I asked you to throw it.
This is
Do you want to show the camera?
Not really, no.
Okay.
this is actually impressive. This is probably the first time we've had the
You want a Band-Aid?
injury on the other side of the
Okay.
camera. I'm impressed.
He told me to.
Yeah, you did. It's not your fault, Ben. It's my fault.
I don't think I'm going to get off that easy.
I'm can't
sorry.
wait to hear
Great.
you explain this to the
Heather?
principal.
I can't wait to see how Corey manages to make this into the highlights.
Oh.
All right. What's
Well, what
going
the-
on in here?
Hi.
It's
Who
no,
needs
it's
it? Who
me.
needs it?
The man behind the board.
Look at it.
All right, I'm sorry I broke your beach.
Like, are you sure you don't want a Band-Aid? We have Hello Kitty ones.
God damn it.
Yep,
They
that's our
look to match
correct.
it.
Yeah. I know. Let me just do
I'll
this
let you
where
put that
nobody can
Band-Aid
see.
on me. That's because I can't see it.
It's just the right kind of connector. That's all. Boop. All right. So that's definitely right.
Yep. I guess the hard part is now just making sure that we've got them lined up correctly.
Do you have the other stick? Is
Yes.
the other stick already wired up like this?
It currently is.
Oh, yeah, you definitely did this. This is much nicer than the other one.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no. I know my own handiwork, and the other one is mine, and much worse than Ian's. Yeah, leave no
also-
doubt. There's a reason that I brought this kit up to Ian rather than doing it myself.
This also reminds me
'cause I'm
that
messy.
actually, Ben, we're in luck because at least
yeah?
according to my work, we are not using 2 pins.
Yeah, but that's well, I mean ground, I guess, but hold on. So, oh, that's lovely. Well,
Oh shit.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 13 should be enough.
Guys.
Should be all it takes. Correct.
Shit.
Because it's a common ground.
Okay. Do we want to
Yeah.
try working off this one then?
Sure. Well, I mean, I think this is probably also 13. I just missed it because it is a colossal mess. Yeah, I see the 2 empty pins. Let me see where yours are.
Ooh. Ooh.
I just put them in places where they'd be
Yes.
visible.
Do you want to show the camera?
Oh,
what
did
you're
I do
looking
them?
at?
You put them in the same spot.
I did it the same. That's,
Yeah, because you were smart. Because you
So
made
who's
sure
that
to
addressed
match
to?
up to. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll bring it up here. You've got-
Yeah, we'll get this right. Yeah, so Ian, Ian's is nice and clean, as opposed to this dumpster fire over here that I put together.
Bruh.
But the nice thing is, on the backside, it's easier to see on Ian's. Sorry, everybody, but Ian does cleaner work than I do.
Can you zoom in on that at all? There we go.
There we go.
But these 2 pinouts right here are empty. So we actually only have 13 wires. So that's nice, I guess.
The lucky number.
Yeah, the luckiest of numbers. Yay, 13. Oh. Anyway,
There was a sink.
but yeah, so this is the connector we need, and we just need to.
Crimp and push a bunch of D-sub.
Yeah, well, the smart money would be to do the thing we just did with the VGA cable so that we can write out what all of our connectors are here. So why don't we do that and save ourselves some trouble?
Yes, and that's something we can work from in the future.
Seems smart.
You guys got a few hours left.
Yeah.
Couple at least.
Well, so. All right, so we'll.
This one should be much easier to do.
Oh, you think?
I think no, you're right.
I mean, honestly, we can trace most of these,
Yeah, we can shove this in the hole.
which we should just do. I don't
Yeah,
know if we have to test it.
I don't think we do. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
so let me write down we said 13, right?
Mm-hmm. Start with the stick.
Okay, hold on.
Give him the stick.
Don't give him the stick.
Do you know my dad?
Oh, actually, I do.
Yeah, you do computer work for him.
Yeah.
And you're a strict upgrade on our last guy who used to steal files from us.
Gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
That's called a breach of trust.
Yeah, he
Don't-
was a piece
Wait,
of shit.
what are you? Sorry, what are you trying to?
Oh, just to discover which direction is which.
Oh, I see.
So
Oh,
down-
with the joystick.
Yeah, down is red,
Okay. Well.
and that red goes to
to. So that would be.
2.
Well, hold on.
Ooh, yes. We don't want to get that reversed.
No. I want to count pins this way. So that's 3, 4. Yeah. So 4. What was that?
That was down. Let me double check that. Yep, down.
Wait. Well, oh, down on the stick. Yeah. Okay.
And you're sure that's down, not
Yeah.
up?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I had the same, and it's just because it's flipped upwards.
Don't
All
flip
right.
it turnways.
So the next pin to the right will be up.
Is that green?
Yes.
Okay. So that's 3. Green, and that's up. Okay.
The next one is blue, and that is left.
All right. And that is actually left, right? You're not doing,
Yep,
Not
you're
the
pushing
right.
the stick to the left.
My left or stage left?
Who's on first?
Stick left.
Okay.
And
So
then-
yellow should be right.
And it is.
Okay.
Costello could feel the gunmetal taste in his mouth. He pondered the question of who was in fact on first and swallowed hard.
Good call.
Did you miss me?
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay, now it's just tracing them.
Yeah, the rest shouldn't be too hard because
I think I tried to.
this is just into the common ground, and that's fine. Common ground is 15, so that's pretty easy. Well, not, did I say, I did say 15. Because I forgot.
Yep. Oh, they're numbered too
Are they?
on the back there,
Oh,
and 15 is far left
Hey kids,
on the female side.
life hack for model
Insert
building.
side.
oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Sanding sticks are expensive. Manicure sticks are cheap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. Did you keep reuse those? Clever. Okay.
See, I said something actually useful this time.
All right. So let's see. What do we?
Dark green would be.
Wait, green, white, purple, red. Is that? Yeah, yeah. That's what's on the bottom. So that would be 11 through 14.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you can give yourself a nice mani-pedi.
Green, white, purple, red. Okay, so
The top.
Definitely
top
don't.
row?
Yep.
Definitely
Okay,
don't
so red,
mistake the
purple-
red button for the red wire and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So red, purple, white is. What did I say?
So this glue does not have any
that's
sort of
confusing.
toxic
Okay.
warnings on it, but it's
Yeah,
probably
that's
making
just-
my brain ungood.
The nice thing about at least this stage of the game
That's 14.
is that all of these pieces just, if we need to rearrange button layouts, they just pop out.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, well, I mean, you just pop the connectors off and
Yeah.
pop them onto the other button.
Let's see what.
If you want to mess with people.
Because the idea, so the idea here, just so I'm clear, is that both of these sticks are going to have this, are going to have a HD15 connector, a DE15, whatever you want to call it, a VGA
DB15,
connector.
yeah.
They're each going to have one of those, and they're going to then. They don't daisy chain to each other. They're going to plug directly into some sort of secondary box if we're hitting the Naomi, right?
No, they're actually, well, so we were going to make a disconnect so that they don't, so you don't have to lug everything all together. So you
Right.
can disconnect these from the Naomi to
Right.
like set it up and everything.
Okay.
Ian.
So
1 second.
I'm just getting down all of our pinouts, and
Right.
then we probably could just splice direct to the Naomi, or I could try to use some of the wiring that we have to make some extensions to make that a longer run.
I see.
Either way, they have to hook up to the JAMA.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, we could also like strip out the wires from those VGA cables that we got and use those to extend them by, fixing them into the connectors we have, and then just soldering them to the JAMA harness.
The hardest thing though is going to be pushing the pins through here.
Oh,
in
yeah, I
such a
know.
way that's going to be.
I know it's gonna suck.
Okay.
Yeah, trust me.
Yes.
I am
What
aware
does-
of that
What
flaw.
does that symbol mean?
Oh, that's Captain Marvel. I believe that turns you into a scroll.
Sorry, hang on. Can you show the symbol to the camera?
Carol Danvers?
Yes.
She's inside here.
No, it gives you powers.
That one there of the guy with the chest that looks like it's exploding.
I
That
mean,
means you have
normally
an alien in it.
whenever I think about something exploding,
It doesn't have the skull and crossbones on it, so that
No.
means it's safe, right?
well, it's not poison,
No.
I guess.
Suspected
so
of
it's-
causing genetic defects.
Wow.
Superpowers. Suspected of causing cancer. Harmful to aquatic life with long-lasting effects.
Brown,
Cautions.
orange.
Keep away from heat, spark,
yellow,
open
blue.
flames, hot surfaces. No smoking.
That's
Avoid breathing
6.
dust, fume, gas mist, vapor spray. Wear protective gloves,
What did I say?
protective clothing,
blue,
eye protection,
yellow.
face protection. Get medical advice attention. Just in general store in a well-ventilated place. Lethal concentrations may exist in areas with poor ventilation. Possible risk of irreversible effects. Keep container tightly closed. Dispose of contents container in accordance with local regulations. Keep out of reach of children.
So I guess we should open a door then.
We have a door open. Okay. Where was I? Right, I was here. Was it new one? Don't breathe the explosion dust.
Oh, the symbol simply means health hazard.
Okay.
Yay.
Just
Yay.
in general.
Brown, orange.
I wanna be dead.
Health hazard. You can be my testimony. Nice.
I need some hospital. I've got a.
Health hazard. Don't you call my name, I wanna be. How in the oh, you sneaky bugger. Sneaky fucking breaky.
Go on.
Oh, it's just pieces interfacing with other pieces interfacing with other pieces.
Oh, that's.
I'm hoping that tomorrow we can
we
go
were
3 for 3
Oh,
for
well,
Sledgehammer
whatever.
references, actually.
Yeah, that's.
It's
Oh,
fine.
did you make
We'll
another one
make
earlier?
this a
We
pain.
made one last night, too.
That's awesome.
So, all right. Yep, and those are the 5 and 10 are the empty ones. Okay, we got it.
Okay.
All right, I've got that identified so we can actually wire stuff up. All right,
That's
now the question
fantastic.
is whether we want to wire direct to these harnesses or if you want to try to add a little length into anything.
Now, we were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, well, so the deal is like plugged in. This is, maybe 4 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a little more, but it's definitely not like, it's under 5 feet, I would say. So that's not a tremendous amount of length, and this is actually where all the kick button pinouts roll in. So,
Well, if we're wiring to a connector, we really can. The length doesn't necessarily matter.
because you can always make another connector to sort of bridge through or recut it.
A standard. No, a standard will not.
Right.
Well,
I was to say no. We just went through this.
Yep,
And
it's
it's not the same ones that are empty here.
No.
So and those are all bridged.
Okay,
So you'll get
F22.
what do you call it? Unexpected results.
Mm.
Yeah. So
unintended.
unintended consequences.
Unforeseen
yes.
consequences.
Oh no, they were foreseen.
Interesting times. Yeah. Right. Did we cover all the bases?
Known unknowns.
Okay.
Known unknowns.
No notes.
The swallow.
Ah, yes.
Okay. So
Donald Rumsfeld and his famous no-no-nos.
no.
No, Donald is going to be fine. No. He's at it again. Does he want in or out?
Now, this is one of the questions I had when I was attempting to do this all on my lonesome. We're going to need this and this, correct?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
So why are you in the middle of all of? There we go. That's why. Because you weren't in that bundle. Burp, 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 burp. Sorry, I'm making.
Never cut towards yourself.
No, that's a bad.
Never
don't
cut.
do that. Yeah.
You mean like
yes.
how I am right
so
now?
the deal is, yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the JAMA harness carries ground, carries power, carries video, carries audio, and carries your controls. But the standard,
Does it carry your team?
sadly, no. But the standard is for a joystick and then 3 buttons. And I think this one actually has the wiring for 4th buttons, which is handy because Neo Geo games use that, but Capcom games don't. So, meh. But Capcom games generally use a kick harness, which is for the non-JAMA standard. And actually it's a little different because they would use this to expand for 4-player games. So like the Dungeons and Dragons, Shadows over Mystara, I think that's it. Yeah, and then whatever the other one was, like this would have the pin out for your 3rd and 4th players.
Right.
instead of just kick buttons.
And why? And so it's referred to a kick harness because it was for the kick
Because
buttons.
they used it to add the 3 kick buttons in the Street Fighter series, and then since Capcom just used that as a standard control scheme for everything, it was the control scheme for all of their fighting games.
Punch, punch, punch. Kick,
Kick, kick, kick. It's all in
kick,
the mind.
punch. It's all in the mind. We got there just a
Yeah.
little bit.
So, yeah, I mean, we can just connect it to this, and then everything's very short, and that technically will get it kind of up and rolling. Or how much spooled wire do we have?
Not a lot.
Yeah, because it's like we're gonna need it for 13 connections.
Yeah.
So,
I think, honestly, a shorter throw from the
all right,
sticks of the machine it makes sense.
sure, okay, yeah, let's do it. You can always run a really long VGA cable.
Well,
To your
HDMI was
monitor.
the plan.
Oh, sure. Oh, right. You were going to use the converter and introduce latency, the enemy of all things
Oh,
fun.
no.
Well, the enemy of competitive.
Sorry, I'm a monster.
I actually just finished watching a video about a new type of Dreamcast HDMI conversion system that uses a piece of tape to connect directly to the video out points on the chips on the motherboard before it hits the...
Pardon, fuck.
Yeah.
You remember?
So it reduces a lot of latency.
Yeah. You remember
Huh.
SNES? How you could convert it to be an all-region machine
Yeah.
with a pair of pliers?
Yeah.
You just rip the tabs out. Seriously?
Yeah, no, I believe it. I mean, listen, I wasn't sure if we were going to get through this, so I brought a little DIY project that is called the All Flesh. And it is just...
That is 100% a Slaanesh demon.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's my favorite Pocono hero.
But yeah, so all it is it's just these little contact points that you... I'll just show you real quick.
Yeah, please.
I'll get that on the camera.
These are red.
Yeah, so basically you just take a 3.5 millimeter, there we go, mini jack, and snip the ends off and bend them out flat so that you can solder it to these pads here. And then the pads are there for you to bridge connections in an audio system. So you would, I mean, it's actually for modular synthesizers and like Eurorack. So you would plug one of these units into like an input and plug one into an output, and then you bridge it by,
Fingers.
yeah, just with your fingers, or by tapping and, rolling around, you'll introduce different kind of feedback and interference. Yeah, Landscape, the stuff that company does is all a lot of sort of human feedback, interesting, weird things.
Very cool stuff.
But yeah, let's not introduce that into the arcade system.
Not...
Maybe introduce it to the stick that you let Adam play with,
just
so
enough
that
to keep
it's irregular enough that it throws him off his game, and then you might be able to beat him.
That's
at
the
a game.
important thing when we
Right.
sit down to a
Any
game.
any way to win, right?
It's a legitimate strategy.
I should also point out, we're very tangentially on the topic of the SNESs. There was just released today a new add-on to BSNES.
Yeah, it's we actually talked about it in Chill Point today.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, there's a they do super sampling anti-aliasing for anything in Mode 7.
Ooh.
And you should go watch the videos and look at it's Ars Technica did a write-up on it. It's currently the module that was written for it is in beta, and it basically, no matter what you use that has Mode 7, it just can use this. And rather than having like a 16 by 16 icon, it super samples that at 4 by 4 to each pixel. So when it does the rotation, then when it redraws everything at HD at 4 by 4 instead, it can make a better looking something rotated, and basically cuts down all the sparkly shit you see in Pilot Wings, like all the stuff in like F-Zero where like everything's all smeary and
Mario
stuff.
Kart,
Yep.
everything looks super sharp.
It's beautiful sharp. It's so nice. If people in the chat want to just post a couple images of it to show you the difference, because I'm not going to bother looking for it.
The fuck is this?
My definition of a bombastic
I don't
jazz style.
know.
I don't know what I'm building. This is how bureaucracy kills people.
My definition.
Just like,
My
nope,
definition
just
is
gonna
this.
tunnel vision.
That's how the
I don't know
song
what I'm building.
starts.
Does that go through far enough?
I mean, I have to push on it, and I don't want to make it get stuck because it's not wired yet.
Right.
Yeah, it's the correct. I checked.
Okay.
Yeah. Because this is,
These are the
and then this will fit like that, and this will have all the pins in it.
right,
Yeah.
but I think I'm just wondering if that's the right pin. These are, I think, the female pins.
Yeah, is that?
Yeah, this
Is
is
that
the
the wrong-
female side. We need
Oh.
male pins in that
Okay.
side.
Part
Rip me.
F44.
I opened the wrong stuff.
Oh, yeah. There's a couple images, by the way.
Wow.
Seeing it in motion is unreal.
Very
I believe
excited.
It
to
looks
see
like magic. It looks like they
What-
did some weird magic.
They did.
Hold on, wait, what is, oh, okay. Did somebody, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the pilot wings one, you can really kind of see it in sort of the background in the distance, how amazing that
Okay,
is.
part
I'm kind of really
F70.
excited to put that, or to put Yoshi's Island.
Oh, right?
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It'll look amazing.
Although that's a lot of Super FX stuff, too.
Locate part F69. The correct
I think I might
response
have opened that package.
is nice.
Which one?
That one that you're opening right now.
What?
Oh,
Did you just double?
sure, probably.
It's fine.
There's something
Yeah,
wrong.
well, it seems like partially opened and then like sealed here,
Guys,
so maybe
Yeah.
you
There's
melted
something
it.
wrong with this X-Acto knife.
Oh, yeah.
Great. Is that just like hiding somewhere in the studio now?
It's a good thing you brought extra blades.
Oh,
Ah,
boy.
there we go.
I'm glad you guys all have iPro.
Okay, so. Goodness. Well, how far through is that supposed to?
Thank you.
I may have some pushing keys, but I don't know if they're the right
Yeah, That's
size.
fair. Well, I mean, brute force always seems to work.
If force isn't working, you're not using enough.
You just smash it together.
Oh, good.
That's my favorite Anakin Skywalker.
I tried that when I was trying
I
to
have-
snap off a blade in a box cutter, and no, I got scared. I had to stop. I was using so much force and it wouldn't break.
Yeah.
I thought
so
for sure
you're
it
a
was going to go into
coward.
my eye.
Okay.
Although I
so,
think those might be release keys.
oh, well, good. Jeez. Goodness. What a fun bunch.
What?
Just all of these. Yeah, I don't know how.
I don't think I have any there smooth,
I mean, we
Or
call
how-
that a funch.
Thick boy. No, I mean, that's not.
or
what
how
mine
these would
was.
even work.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
What are they?
What are those?
They're apparently
We just don't know.
punch tools. But
Oh, okay.
I think these are for punches or punch blocks that are much larger.
Like you put them in between your knuckles and then you punch them?
Yeah,
Like
and then they
should.
die.
Yeah. It's a punch down tool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
As opposed to the people who work here who are basically punch up.
Punch drunk. Wait.
Bunch of tools who just punch up.
Yeah, punch up. Or
Expecting a ball lock C2 input to make a snap and a connect never did, no matter how hard I pushed, and eventually just.
Great.
Ooh, plummeting
Okay.
sloth. That's an. It doesn't always make a click, but you should be able to tell when it's positively locked.
Okie doke.
Speaking of punching, are you going to have punch out on this, Naomi?
Good fucking luck.
I believe the answer is no. I don't think anybody ever wrote a MAME emulator for Naomi.
No.
wait, sorry, this is a MAME?
No.
No. This is
No.
this is what people use MAME for generally.
Yeah.
So it run like anything that runs in MAME would run on this.
No.
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 thanks.
No. The Naomi.
You got me excited.
So okay, name a few games that the Naomi runs.
Azumanga Daioh Puzzle Bobble.
Jesus Christ! Start with something. Crazy Taxi.
Go on.
Crazy Taxi. There are a couple of Virtua Fighter games on it. It ran Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
I think there's an airline simulator.
Street Fighter 03 Upper. It
Garo,
ran.
Mark of the Wolves.
What is is Mark of the Wolves and Naomi? I didn't think it was. I'm pretty sure Mark of the Wolves.
I mean, we've got
Capcom versus SNK and Capcom versus SNK 2 are Naomi games. SNK versus Capcom are MVS Neo Geo games, and I believe so is Mark of the Wolves.
Oh, wow.
Because I used to have.
I might have been thinking
that
of
in the
Project
arcade.
Justice then.
Oh yeah, Project Justice is definitely a Naomi game.
Yes.
Sega Marine Fishing, Mungo Dude says.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's correct. Yep.
Guilty Gear Double X.
Yeah, this is so the
Sports Jam.
the Naomi is Sega's arcade.
It was the arcade that they,
Platform.
it was the arcade platform they released in tandem with the Dreamcast. And so the difference between the two was that the Dreamcast used the GD-ROM, which is that doofy pseudo CD-ROM format, and then the Naomi used cartridges, and then eventually they made a GD-ROM kit that made it easier for you to just swap out games.
And then eventually settle on the net dim is there.
So
Right.
Distribution method.
But the Naomi was, I believe, hardware identical, except it had, I think, twice the video RAM.
does that
Yeah.
mean that it's able to play Dreamcast games?
No. No, most certainly not, I
I
believe.
don't know because I haven't dug into loading those through the net.
Well, 'cause if the hardware
BIOS
is the same-
process,
Through the net dim, perhaps. One of the
yeah,
other...
you might be able to because there are some. But I mean, but Power Stone and Power Stone 2 are Naomi games. Yeah.
I've been looking at some other...
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the
I love those games.
It's the fact that because the Dreamcast is running Windows CE or a modified version of Windows CE.
run Windows CE.
It can. It's
Yeah.
capable of doing it.
Not
Not every
everything-
game uses
no.
it. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I thought it was that had to be underneath it in order to it to actually
In fact,
function.
that's one of the sticking points with my Dreamcast project is that any games that run on Windows CE will not run off of the hard drive based
Oh, I see.
systems.
Okay.
Oh yeah, House of the Dead too. Yeah.
One
We're
of the interesting
meeting G
limitations
over
of the
there.
Naomi that I've just recently found out about is that the Naomi doesn't have the hardware paths necessary to stream Redbook audio off of GD-ROMs.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
not something that happened often.
So what that means is if you can load some Dreamcast games on through the net DIM, the net BIOS process, then chances are they had to have been specially converted to a format that would work with that. Okay, fair enough.
CD-ROM audio, not a thing.
Yeah.
And so what you have is a Naomi 2.
Yes, which was a release that basically there are some Naomi 2 games that are basically beefier, and they required more processing power, and that's what the Naomi 2 brings to the table.
Just a bit. Actually, I'm thinking now might be a good time for us to take a short break.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to
collect
do
our
that.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm actually just pulling up this.
Cool.
So with that on the table, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with more Tinker Tailor Solder Fry with the Topol and the Naomi after this. Back to Tinker Tailor Solder Fry, where we are working on bringing a Naomi into the 20... No, we're just resurrecting it and making it work.
We're just turning it into a home console.
Yeah.
That's basically what we're doing.
And-
Yeah, that exactly.
And Alex is pissing around with the
I
Topol build.
broke it.
No, Alex, why?
Why do?
I exerted too much force upon it, at which point the structural integrity failed.
Everything cratered?
So Ben has created the first... he's soldered the first pin of our DB15 connection, our common ground.
Bunch of stuff off. Yep.
And I'm hoping to shove this into this... What do you call this? A push-down block? Shove hole? Shove hole.
Yes, Ian's going to shove the thing into the shove hole.
Well, as they say in the
That's-
army, they're no wait.
That's the technical terms, right?
Yeah, that's definitely the technical term for what you're doing right now.
The receptacle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tight fit. I don't
Trying to
like
jam
this.
that any further.
Why? Why?
Oh yeah, that's totally going to actually make a connection.
Yeah, this is gonna work, but it's tight.
This is gonna work, but
But how? I'm half tempted to actually just get in there with a drill bit and very slightly just
sort of core it out a tiny bit.
yeah.
Just gently coerce it.
Doesn't sound like he has gentle on his mind.
No, not
Shittles.
so much. Yeah.
Pissicles.
Yeah.
Arsing heck.
That sounded like a
It started
reasonable click. So maybe you got it past the.
the initial. Oh no.
All of that sounds bad.
Oh, scheisse.
That sounds really bad.
Describe what you have done, Ian.
I've managed to. So
Did you get it stuck?
no, it's partially through.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So,
it's
I mean,
just peeking out.
It is. The thing is, it's supposed to be stuck.
Right. You want it to not move. It's just.
I just want to not
Yeah.
bend the pin or bend the or break the wire.
It's probably okay if I just leave this in this, right, Ian?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well,
No, it's not. I really should have brought a stand for
oh,
this. but-
that I can help out with too.
Yeah, that would be great.
It's not a great stand, but it is a stand.
I mean, it's.
And what's its
something.
name?
I'm gonna say Moody Jazz.
Yeah, that's.
it's brass and it's all coiled up, right?
Yeah,
So, oh, maybe it's Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass.
I was gonna say Hot 8.
Hot 8? Okay.
Is this one of your...
Tijuana Brass. Brass.
Yes, everything is a JoJo. There is no escaping it.
Oh, no!
That's what they all say to start. And then by
Wow.
season 3, everyone's all ora.
Oh man.
What's up?
Oh, it just made me sad because there's a Capcom JoJo's fighting game and it's on the Dreamcast, but it was a CPS3 game.
What's
and it's
CPS3, Precious?
spectacular. Capcom. It's one of Capcom's arcade platforms. So the CPS2 is famous because there are a ton of games on it, and it basically was like a sandwiched cartridge. So like the base board that connected into your cabinet was just a circuit board that had 4 connector plugs on it, and then was encased in black plastic. And then you had
Sounds really sinister.
yeah, well, and then you had either it was you had a cartridge that plugged into it that was color coded based on what region it was for.
Oh,
Cool.
So the North American ones were blue, the Japanese ones were green, and the universal, which means for the Asian market, which means mostly China, were gray. And so that kind of told you, what region you were in as far as like the game, and the language settings and all that fun stuff. But yeah, so the CPS3 was the next platform that they made after that. CPS2 had Super Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Street Fighter Alpha, and I think Alpha 2 had like the what is it? Is it Vampire Hunter / Darkstalker?
Yeah.
That
that
series.
sounds right.
Yeah, and so so the CPS3 is the platform that Street Fighter 3 was originally on, and then all the way up to Third Strike. But they also had JoJo's Venture fighting game, which was rad because you could, you had super moves that your
found it.
stand could do. Oh, hey,
Hey,
yay!
good work.
But you also could do a buffer super where you had a timer and you could you could basically store up a long chain of moves that your stand would then act out when you
that is-
release the button. And then you could try to get on the other side of them and sort of go at them from both
Both ends?
angles so that they couldn't block properly. Yeah, it was quality stuff.
That sounds like good entertainment.
Yeah, I love it. It was a very fun game.
That is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Heritage for the Future.
Yeah, sounds
Or
about right.
There's also just JoJo's Venture.
Yeah, like JoJo's Venture might have been, I don't remember which one was how they released it in American arcades.
JoJo's Capitalist Venture.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Heritage for the Future is an updated version of the game.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Ah,
JoJo's Adventure sounds like the boring version of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, JoJo's Venture Capital,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess.
That's what I'm
Or
thinking.
JoJo's Capital Venture is very different. Everyone's all excited about it, and then it turns out it's just
Oh,
how
it was a Ponzi scheme all along.
yeah, it's just how to
You
manage
thought it was an
your
investment, but it
your
was me,
retire-
Ponzi scheme.
your retirement. Oh no.
A third round is Muda, Muda, Muda.
So mad. Did you manage, or are you still?
No,
Are you gonna loosen it?
I'm thinking of loosening it, but I don't want to send it too far over the edge.
Sure.
So I need to find an appropriately
spot?
an appropriately gauged
You
plate.
know, I just want to hear all this stuff completely out of context.
Yeah, I know.
It's very sexy.
Beej, I'm going to ask you because you generally know this. Do we have any safety pins in the office?
we sure do. How big do you want them?
The length. Well,
You want the largest ones, or you want really small, fiddly ones?
if I can get a couple different sizes, that would be great.
Great. I will be right back. Matt,
you.
can you watch the board for me?
Yeah.
The last thing I want to do is break off one of these pins.
No, I mean, that would be bad. But here's the thing: I could have been smart and used a different kind of connector for this thing. That DB15 just looks appealing, and then you learn that it is a nightmare scenario inside.
Whoa! That's a good demon.
All right, mods are out. Yep, let's time to misbehave now. Beej is off the board.
See, they think that. Well, I don't know. Beach is such a cool guy.
He's one of my favorite people.
I've noticed you are rather fond of him, which is fair. I'm also quite fond
I
of
was about
you.
to say I saw him first, but that's not in any way true.
No, that is sort of the complete opposite.
Could you perhaps go into the ways in which you appreciate Beej?
Well, I mean, he encouraged me to throw a VGA cable at his head, and then did not hold it against me when he was injured. This is the opposite
He
of
had
how
good
I wanted to
taste
do
in
this.
music.
He killed a man.
But only
With his
one.
mind.
Yeah. With this.
Okay.
With his name is a killing word.
I mean, you're not wrong.
That is why we do not utter it unless completely necessary.
Like, there's a reason we use the pseudonym Beej.
Get in there, you.
It's always so nice to hear Adam laughing.
It is one of my favorite sounds in this office. And that might be one of my least favorite sounds.
No, we're good. I just thought I'd misplaced my ladder.
So my emergency sim eject tool is too small.
Oh, well, okay.
What do you mean emergency sim eject?
I was sitting on the tarmac in San Diego once and I didn't know.
I mean, they might go through easier if you actually crimp
Sorry.
this up.
Me?
What do you mean by
Is that
sitting
why-
on the tarmac? Like in the airport?
Yeah,
Out
in an
where the
airplane.
planes are?
So I've got a pretty well.
Okay, so you were
well-
within a
I
plane.
mean,
I'll
that
give it a
one.
try.
I mean, but I don't know which one that is yet.
Right, so
So
let's-
I'm
yeah,
just
let's wait.
yeah. Don't do anything to that one yet.
I'll continue to experiment with this one.
Yeah, I think that's a fine idea.
So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many of these you need.
Oh, great.
So I brought you all of them because you're getting 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, that's great.
You have so many choices.
So many gauges.
So much engagement.
Gotta keep those numbers up.
Yeah.
Metrics.
No.
Oh, I love that band.
Monetization.
Let's start with one pin rather than.
1 pin, 2 pin, red pin, blue pin.
Okay, this pin is about the size that I've managed to extend things so far.
All right.
That's, wow. That's a lot of ladders.
Let's get that on a close cam too.
That is a non-zero amount of ladder.
Huh.
Well, I've assembled this laterally.
I'm only a little angry.
I'm leaving. I'm
Those are
going
my,
home.
my jokes, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here all week. But seriously, what's the deal with airplane food? They charge you for it now.
They have to handle it differently because your taste buds work in strange ways at 10,000 feet,
I love that.
30,000 feet.
Oh man, tomato juice is finally good to me.
Wait, what?
Well, it's yeah. It actually impacts like the altitude and sort of the difference in air and all that kind of impacts how you taste stuff.
no shit.
Yeah, it's why like if you're on a flight and they give you what is the biscuit biscotti?
Oh,
Yeah.
the Biscoff.
They're Biscoff. That's it.
America's favorite
They're
snack with coffee.
significantly sweeter because it has to be like it has to be for it to kind of make it through to you.
Huh.
Yeah. So like if you get those versus like buying them in the store, the next time you're on a flight that gives you Biscoff, just hold on to them and then buy a package and do an
Compare?
A/B test. Yeah.
Neat.
You know what's bad on airplanes?
What?
Ginger ale.
It seems fine to me.
I have found that I quite enjoy having ginger ale on a flight. What changes for you, Matt?
It's not as sweet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I hypothesize is bad on airplanes? Sex.
Probably. I mean,
Well, modern planes.
Because of the test.
Wait,
the taste
as
buds?
opposed to what? No,
I mean,
have you ever been inside one of those bathrooms? I do not understand
no,
how
have
or
you
why
ever-
people fuck in them.
Have you ever looked at the interior of like an airplane from the 60s?
like
I
an old
have
Pan
not.
Am plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
is it
all
like a
lounging.
palace?
No, like seats are huge and everything. So you know that crapper had to be enormous. Like it
guess.
wasn't like a hole in the wall where you have to like,
Spin in place.
Yeah, you have to like hit your head and you can't stand up straight in it or anything. Yeah.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
So I don't think it's the crimped pins, to be honest, that's giving us the trouble.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Then I can continue doing whatever dumb stuff I'm doing
I
right
have a difficult question
Yeah.
facing me. Do I install the Windows now or later?
What does the manual tell you?
now. The
well, now,
Windows.
obviously.
Oh,
I guess
you're
when
not
I-
talking about an operating
Yeah,
system.
no, I feel like
Are you planning on painting it?
yes.
Then later.
I can mask them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
I can liquid mask them.
Is it? That's cool. Wow. I imagine, Ed, if they're saying
No.
put the windows in now, they're also under the impression that's like, well, you'll be painting them at some point. So whoever has designed this was probably thinking, the thing to do is to do this now because we tried it the other way and it's probably harder.
Beej, I think you presume much of this operation.
I have to presume that if you're going to go to the effort of mass producing stuff on sprues, that you've tried a few different methods to make it work.
Well,
I thought they assumed you already painted the thing before you.
aren't we the presumptuous one?
Oh God, really? They expect that you've probably like primed everything?
Yeah, I mean, like one of the last model kits I built, I primed it on the sprue, and it was actually kind of great. I might do that again.
Come on, you doofus.
Beej,
Too late now for this, though.
I don't know that these actually.
Fit?
Yeah.
We
Whoops.
41.
Well, that's awkward.
Like, I can't get it in deep enough.
Are Are you making a HD15 from scratch?
I'm trying to.
Can I have a look? Because I've done it before.
Sorry?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, we have like the connectors over here, and
Yeah,
then the.
the
I've
female
had to repin one before, so.
Okay.
the female sides have been no problem so far.
Right, the
Oh
male sides.
shit! Well,
What?
and I
Did you
Did you break it?
yeah,
break what? The pin?
the pin itself is
Okay.
now become
Don't worry, we got
mush.
spares.
Yeah.
That's a standard size pin. That makes sense.
Okay. How am I supposed to get it through all the way?
Yeah. The thing is, I think you're like. Okay, as shitty as this is going to be, otherwise, like, because if it's a machine fit, they're just going to press it until it goes in. Right?
Mhm.
So in this case, I would almost agree that kind of rounding out the hole a bit helps.
It doesn't.
Okay, cool. Then the other thing is, it really is just a thing of putting it on the table and pressing it.
Pressing it in.
To make it go in.
Press the flesh.
No.
Because the only other time that I've ever had to like drop a pin like that, it was like that. You push it, and you might even have to grab it from the inside and actually pull it through.
Yank it
Oh,
through.
is it like that thing where when you're assembling a computer, you have to push it just hard enough that it feels like it's about to break, and then that's enough?
Do I need to redo that one?
You will need to have to redo that one if you're willing.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
Thanks.
Because I mean, alternately, if there are people in the chat who have done this stuff lots, certainly if you have a suggestion,
Yeah.
if you have a lot of experience, that would be fantastic.
Can't
If
stress
anyone's
the
got-
experience part enough.
Yeah, I don't think you have to lube this. Like, I don't know if it would make any difference if you use like machine oil or anything to help.
I
pass
don't
it
think
through.
it would. I don't have any tools that I can misuse for this particular project either.
Oh, I'm sure you have something. I mean, you definitely have tools you can misuse.
Oh,
It's just a
yes.
question of whether or not they are actually helpful.
Will this be a successful misuse or not?
No, no, no. No, 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 no. Not like that.
No, 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 no. You got Donald Rumsfeld again.
I mean, that would make me really happy if that's actually the name of that cat. Right?
Phew, this is my cat, Donald Rumsfeld.
No, 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 no.
I mean, yeah, usually the, like, political figure that I hear, you know, someone has named their cat after is Chairman Meow.
Funny you mention that.
Mm-hmm. Is
that the friends who donated the ration kit, their cat is named Mr. Mao.
Oh, very
And the first
good.
time I was over, he was like meh, 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 and jumped up on my lap, and I was like, oh, it's the Great Leap Forward.
Whoa.
Lovely.
There it is.
Wham! Millions of people starved to death.
The political person that I think people name their cats after the most, though, is Garfield, right?
Really?
Chester A. No. No, that's
Chester A.
Chester A. Arthur. I know.
Chester A.
That's
Arthur.
Yeah. That.
Not
Hello,
even
everyone.
one.
It's Steinbro.
It's maybe for the best that I don't follow impulses, because I had the impulse to just stab you with this soldering iron. And I'm pretty sure that's a bad idea.
That tells me that you have been on Tailor Solder Fry just enough.
Yeah, just enough to not deliberately injure.
Yeah, Ian's berserk mode
Oh,
is a heck
Ian,
of a
you're gonna
thing.
hate this.
What am I?
Shit.
What am I
When
going
you
to
assemble these,
Yeah.
they have special tools that they use to press them into place.
Do they?
Yeah, they do. They're shaped like a crescent, and they're very long. And you slide the wire into it, and then you push, and the end of the tool pushes on the one side of the pin, and lets you exert maximum force to shove the thing into place.
Does it?
It sure does.
Is that
That's super cool. I'm glad that when I picked this stuff up, you know, there wasn't anything remotely like that on the shelves.
It's even referred to as a standard tool.
Yep.
Is it?
Cool.
That's just being shitty.
It is being shitty. Oh my
It's
god.
pretty bad,
It's
yeah.
a good looking tool though.
Oh, I believe it, but oh
I mean,
well.
you're a good looking. No.
Oh, hey.
I mean, it wouldn't be an episode of this show if things went according to plan, I guess.
No.
Yeah, can you imagine how boring this show would be? It's like, oh yeah, we assembled it and it worked fine.
That said, I think I might be able to make something like that work.
Make it do? Well,
Yeah, with one of these bits. Let's,
Ooh, ooh, ooh! Wait, what the fuck?
I don't know what noise you're making, but
Oh. Well, we're going to get a little bit naughty.
Only a little?
I mean, you gotta, like, if you leave no place to escalate to.
I thought that was what the ladders were for.
no.
can I borrow that file of yours, Alex?
You sure can. It has two sides.
Thank you. Okay, no, that's not what I need then. What I need
It's only $21.
is it.
That's not so bad. How long does Banggood take to deliver?
It depends.
Yeah, oftentimes close to a month,
Jesus.
pretty reliably.
Yeah, that's a
7.
pretty reliable estimate, I would say.
I mean, okay, I lied. $21.
Plus
Uh,
$30 in shipping.
if you get it in Canada, or 99 cents if you get it in the States.
That sounds right.
Wow.
Is that Banggood or is that just?
This is Amazon.com versus Amazon.ca.
That's
I'm sorry.
bullshit.
How much of that is shipping?
No, that's the unit
Just
price,
looking
right?
to see if it's Prime or not. It's not Prime, so okay, there's shipping on top of that.
Wow.
Oh,
You can get one Prime for $5. So there's that. Which means that you can probably pick one up for like $5 or $6 at like Ackland's Granger or Kraft or
if I
Crest or
could
other place.
find one, yeah.
You'd have to-
You
you'd
know
have to
there's an Ackland's
exactly-
Granger in town, right?
Yeah, it's beside the electronics place.
No,
You could probably go in and ask them, either of them, do you guys have this? And they might just have one in stock.
gimme.
But yeah, it's a force issue. You just have to basically grab the end of it,
Just fucking
and
give
just-
it the beans.
and just give it a good push and keep pushing it until it goes all the way through.
Well, that's reassuring.
Yeah.
What is the minimum amount of force I can apply to install these windows? Ooh, they can friction fit maybe. Maybe. One time.
Let's see if I can hack one together from this punch down tool.
Come on and slave.
Move.
And welcome
Right.
to the jam.
Press against you. You're not as helpful as you should be, helping hands.
Yeah, I sometimes find that.
I want to be.
Sledgehammer. I'm gonna use a teeny tiny little bit of glue. Come on. You can do it. Yeah.
Attempting to create something that should do the trick with what I've got, and I don't think it's going to work.
That's all right.
I mean, even if you manage to get all the pins soldered in place, then that's good. That's
That's
further along.
One less thing to do.
Yeah.
If this punch tool doesn't work once,
Yeah, sorry. I'm apparently really wrecking this.
no, I already wrecked it. So if we can both wreck it from different directions,
I'm doing great.
yeah, you're looking pretty good there.
Why, thank you. How's my model?
Gray, which is exactly what we want it to be.
Gray, sweaty lump. Like Semtex.
Sorry.
Nope.
Should be hot enough, but it's
That-
just not heating anything.
Oh, wait, no, this goes on here.
I've kept mine at 400 lately for mine, but that's personal preference. And that was also for automotive soldering recently. So.
Oh yeah, fair. I mean, this is one where like it doesn't matter because it's just.
This is where tiny man responsible for millions of deaths. Sit. You get order from Kremlin. Push button, incinerate
Well,
many
I don't
Americans.
feel great about that, which is to say it's not sort of connected where I would want it to be, but it's definitely on there. Like,
As long as it's a solid connection.
Nope. I stand corrected.
Okay.
That's why it wasn't, because like one strand. Cool. Cool.
Not enough.
It's a little house.
Yeah, this is the house that Nuke built.
Oh,
Look at that. It looks like a little train car.
that's where the spies like us live. I really need to rewatch that film.
It's definitely still Spies Like Us.
I was going to ask if it holds up, but I think I answered my own question.
Yeah, I mean, I think parts of it hold up better than others. It's still very, yeah, of its time.
Yeah. I was recently reading about a friend of ours who was watching through Cheers again.
Yeah.
It's not.
Are they going to chain it into watching Frasier again?
That.
I don't know. Is there less misogyny in Frasier?
Ooh.
Oh, is this the rewatch of all the old shows and you're just like, holy jumping shitballs. These are awful.
Yeah, basically. I mean, not me, but I know what Ian's talking about, and just the Cheers. And
Cheers.
like,
It's just like, man, I hope you like Wife Battery.
yeah, all the times that he just like hard slaps Diane on the face. and, yeah, all of this stuff where it's like, and it's supposed, and then it's the Sam and Diane, will they or won't they?
My
And it's like,
dang hen-pecking
or
wife.
him like coming to her apartment.
right, fellas?
And demanding sex and
that was America's #1 show.
Holy shit.
Keep marching forward, everyone.
Look at how far we've come.
Frasier, though, that needs a reboot.
Does it?
Uh,
Oh, I
I
see
mean-
what's happening over there. I just saw, I looked up and saw chat singing, and was like, "What?" And then I saw that,
Yeah.
that Beach is
Starting it.
encouraging it. Yes.
Sometimes you just have to get through the whole chorus, and then you can cut it out. So there.
Oh, wow. Number 5. That is something that I don't think needs more.
Were you just thinking of Johnny Five?
I was thinking
Yeah.
of Johnny
Johnny
5.
I knew you were.
You know what? That doesn't need a reboot. That needs a third movie to finish the trilogy.
Would you still have?
No, it needs to not have brown face.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
that movie would be great if it
Sorry,
just didn't
what?
have. Fisher Stevens plays an Indian man. He's in brown face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
When I was younger,
Mr. the
I didn't realize
Plague.
that.
Yeah, is in and he didn't. I mean, it's not. It doesn't excuse it, but like he also like it was one of those things of like it didn't occur to him like, hey, this is maybe not okay.
It was very much
'cause-
of its time and
yeah.
not good.
And it's such a shame because I like that movie a lot, but like
have-
that's just sort of one of those things where it's like it's not really justifiable.
I have a controversial suggestion. The 80s needs to fucking die already. As a fan of many of the things that came out of the 80s,
The 80s.
stop it.
Yep.
Just stop it. Make new shit.
Yeah. Just no, we don't like
Reference the old shit. Learn from it. Adapt it.
Well,
Stop remaking it. Anyway,
were any of us fans of MASH?
Oh yeah, MASH had some problematic shit in it too, didn't
did it?
Yeah.
That was
I think somebody can tell us. I don't remember what it was. I just know that there's some stuff that's not great in MASH.
I found MASH upsetting simply because of the opening theme. Like,
Why?
just because it was like, that would come on, and it was like, I'm trying to remember exactly how this worked. It was either Night Court was now over, and I had to change the channel because I didn't like this old-looking show, or I was catching it at the wrong time. And I had to change the channel or do something else. But it was just like I never liked it because I never liked the kind of that old grainy whatever. I was
Yeah.
and same with like watching old Disney films. It was like I didn't like doing that. I liked watching Disney when it was all cartoons. I did not like watching it when it was all like live action, grainy looking old movies.
Hot Fox and the Hound, great. Bed knobs and
and
broomsticks.
broomsticks?
As a
Yeah.
child, older,
Oh, you appreciate it now?
yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I couldn't handle MASH when I was very young because something twigged in me and I was like, it's too old. I can't watch this.
Yeah, yeah.
B.
I ended up watching a lot of it.
4.
So the push down
that
connector is a definite no go.
Yeah.
The push down connector I
Oh.
tried to adapt, definite
Doesn't
no go.
work. Okay.
It snapped trying to put the
Oh, cool.
broken pin in. So
Well,
that's a good
that
sign.
feels good.
Yeah, I haven't seen the trailer for the new Lion King, mainly because it's like, fucking.
Like, no, well, number one, it's not a movie for you, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not really for your demographic.
Right.
I mean, maybe my bigger problem is that I think the people for whom it's hypothetically the demographic have really bad taste.
Well, I
It's like
Sorry,
we want that again. Only
Well,
fancy.
I mean, sure, there's some of that, but I think it's also the like, oh, we want it for our kids. We want our kids to, be into this thing that we were into.
So you want
and
it
this is-
remade in live action with a shittier story.
I didn't say I agreed with them. I just said I could see how people would
Oh,
walk
yeah.
themselves to that. It's like, but or
These
you
are people.
get
These
new
are
stuff,
simple
yeah.
people. Salt of the earth.
Oh Jesus!
Morons.
Oh boy, okay.
Okay, what Mel Brooks line is that?
That is
That's
from
from
Blazing
Blazing
Saddles.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm glad you knew
And
you
it's
picked
so
that one
good.
up.
I heard it the other day and I was like, I know that's from something, but where's it from?
There was oh god.
That's a tough movie to like recommend to people because
It's so difficult because
because
it's
it
like
doesn't shy away from
it's
the
really-
racism. It's
Yeah.
just brutal about that,
Yeah.
but it's
It's
not
still
like,
very, very
But
good.
none of the racists are the good people in the movie. It's
Yeah.
just
Still there.
it's so just woven in that fabric of this
got-
this is what we live in, and this is definitely
There's-
how bad it was.
there's so many
Yeah.
good
like
things
But it
with
was-
it. Like they're shooting the World
Yeah.
War II documentary, and the guy playing Hitler is like, it's like, oh, they have me for they lose me after the bunker scene.
oh yeah, God, I forgot about that. What a good throwaway. Right, that was in the commissary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, the homophobia is pretty alive in that
Oh my
whole
God.
thing, which is really unfortunate.
And that's the thing. Like the thing that is just magic about Blazing Saddles is watching Gene Wilder and Cleavon Little work together, because those two are just such a dynamic comedic. Like there are those times where you can tell, like, all right,
There's
they
like,
really made each other laugh.
well,
here.
like when he delivers that line, morons, and he busts out laughing. That's not acting laughing.
Yeah.
That's like for real. He just cracked.
Would you like to give this a try?
Oh, do I want to try to jam the thing in
just
there?
in case I am completely
Oh, hold on. Let me
doing this in a way that doesn't make
tin
sense.
this wire and
Yeah,
try not to
please.
ass it up too bad.
Oh, you know who did a really good video about Blazing Saddles and other stuff like that?
Lindsay Ellis.
Yes, thank you, because I totally forgot her name.
Oh yeah, that would
I
stand.
Watch her video. Well, just watch all her shit. She's a
Yeah,
genius.
she's amazing.
Do you know who else did a video about this?
Who?
Me?
No, because he has to be like, who? And be like, I don't know, that's why I'm asking.
Who's on first?
Oh, that Animaniacs cartoon.
Wait, what?
I'm sure you know who's on first.
Oh, God, when we were
Yeah,
at...
'cause that
So apparently we
Animaniacs is just full of jokes that are not for children.
when we were at C2E2, apparently Rob Paulson was there with the rest of the cast
name is
doing
Rob
a live Animaniacs sing-along
Sing-along.
panel.
Oh yeah, yeah,
concert.
they did that. They like he did a show of that stuff. I think at the Fremont Abbey in
Yeah.
Seattle, and it was also quite expensive.
Yes.
But yeah, it's very cool.
It's
that,
super cool. I was
that
just kind of
you
like,
can
oh,
make money off of that now.
we were there We were in.
It's not you, Ian. I'm going to break this.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
not good that you're going to break this.
No,
but-
I think if I feel like if these were just loosened up a little bit.
I thought that it's that case, and I think what's actually happening is that we're
Is
running
there-
up against some it cones in,
Oh,
and it's actually the width of this
okay.
end of the pin
Well,
there.
sure, that's reasonable.
Excuse me. How much of that did you get, Beach?
No,
I didn't get any of it. I just saw.
there's definitely a bumper in there that is where it is narrower. I don't think it's
What the fuck?
a gradient, but there is certainly a.
There's something there
where it's
that's
supposed to land.
bumping up
Yeah.
against, and I think
Hmm.
if I. Oh yeah, there we go. I can feel it.
Now we know.
Yeah, it's tight, and then it gets to that end bit, and then it's even tighter.
This Tenga review brought to you by J-List.
All right.
See,
Woof.
if I make oblique references to it that only people who know what I'm talking about know it's perverted.
Alex, we have
Does
a
that make it okay?
Yep.
and we developed a kind of an audience to this program.
That's the thing. I don't need to say stuff like pee pee bum bum duty
Thank you.
fart face to like
But you will.
be extraordinarily crass. Like I don't need to say vaginarium.
It's the bum bum
Bum bum.
that I find a little bit extra.
Thick, you might
Okay.
say.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's happening
I
anymore.
don't.
Did you miss me?
It's fine.
All right.
Here, have a candy.
Thank you. These are absolutely beautiful
Does
pieces.
anybody
of
want
work.
a candy?
Oh, is it
Anybody want a
actual
rose
candies?
candy? Yeah.
Oh yes.
They're
yeah.
from Lofty Pursuits. Do you know that YouTube channel?
I do.
It's so good. Go watch Lofty Pursuits.
I would
It's
love
a
a
delight.
candy. Matt, could you fetch a candy for me?
Sorry, Matt.
Thank you. Given my track record with
Do you want
catching
one of these,
things
Alex?
today.
Yeah. Yes,
that's
in
very
general.
Let me just put this on the most toxic part.
Yeah.
Of
No, that's
wherever
that's
you're
that's
working.
that's fine.
There we go.
What the fucking dill pickle?
That's not what you
Arteries?
do with that.
All right. Well,
So what do you think?
I think we're not going to make much progress in terms of pushing the pins in.
I mean, we could individually match the pins, which I feel is a fool's errand.
What are you kids up to out there?
So I do not know. Well, let me ask, as this is not a marred pin, can you manage to get a pin in there?
Let's see if it'll even go.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling we might need the tool, but I'm willing to experiment. If I provide
I don't
straight
think you're wrong.
up and
I'm
down
just-
force.
Annoyed that it wasn't actually in the place where I bought these connectors. Did you just?
So yeah,
Did you
I
just?
flattened the pin.
Oh, you nailed it. Here, can we get?
Oh no. Oh, I mean, yes, I did
yeah,
something
yeah.
perfectly.
Can we get the?
Right about there.
Yeah, can you push in on that? Yeah, in got it in one. There we go.
Woof.
We got the pin in. He also
you?
bent the backside of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it didn't actually go in all the way. I don't know. Let me see if I can get. Yeah, like you can see that little nubbin in the corner. That's how far in, and it should be a full pin.
Like if we were looking at pogo pins, that would be.
Yeah, where's one of those
Yeah.
cables?
Here's the end piece.
There you go.
Did they at least
Versus
give you?
like how far out those pins are. You can see that those are,
Approaching.
significantly through, and then this one is like just barely poke it up.
So it's not long enough.
Long pin.
Yeah, basically, we need the tool for it to be fully inserted into into this, so that when it's plugged in here, it makes a proper connection. So, I mean, not to this side, but to that one. These are the same type of connector, or same. These are both.
They're both
Man.
out connectors or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, there's one other thing we can do here that we'll need to do before we can consider this running. Yeah, I think we're hooped on the connectors
Yeah,
without
it seems like it.
without a tool.
So I don't know if you want to just order that tool and have fun without me, and I'll send you the pinout to that. I mean, because I can just switch over to the all flesh, I guess.
I think
and
that might
start making all-
that might be a good idea because what
so
I'll
that
do
we
then.
can finish something.
Yeah, we've got an hour left in the program. I was thinking what I should probably do is see if I can get the Naomi
the
to
net boot?
actually boot something.
Yeah, that seems like a good plan. I'm gonna unplug this because I don't need it
That's
hot right now.
a good idea. And I'm going
I would
to
like to not accidentally burn myself.
move this over here. And we'll have to sort those out later.
Teeny tiny
Here, you want some
flashing.
flotsam?
Oh boy. You are going to get put away somewhere else. And while you're up, when you're done, I could use an Ethernet cable, please. Thankfully, I brought the laptop along.
Sorry, Ian, can you repeat that? You need what from us?
Ethernet cable, please.
Ah, yes, okay.
Odin the All-Flesh.
The entire flesh?
All the flesh.
All. World Tree, nothing. All flesh. F12. Take me to Windows.
That ain't right.
Take me out to the Windows game.
Not usually.
Take me out to the window.
I have to say, over the years.
Well, I don't know where that flew off to. I'm sorry, everybody.
Yeah, all right.
Wouldn't be the first time that's happened on this program.
Get some Cracker Jack. Your
Do you have a
dad's
file?
back. Yes.
Would you like a metal file, or would one of these do?
For this, I'm not sure.
You'll probably want metal.
Yeah, that's what I would
Let's see
think.
Yes,
what
you
I've
can
got.
use mine. These pieces give new
Thank
meaning.
you. Wait, does that connect to the network? Nope. Great. No, don't
connect it to the network.
But
It's not for the network.
What would that do?
It's for the Naomi.
Oh, you need connected to your computer.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a.
Well, give me that cable back because it's much too long.
Okay.
Hang on, I'll hand you the other end.
Thank you.
We're already here.
Sorry.
That went the fuck over there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just going to leave debris all over Studio C.
No, I love it. Ah, here we go.
Well, yeah, but you don't have to clean it up.
I mean, neither do I. Do we? That hit my head.
Did it?
Yep.
Sorry.
Are you though?
Thank you.
Where's the end of this cable? Same one?
Yeah, it's in the joystick
Same hat.
actually right now. Same hat.
Okay, so here's my idea for a jam game. You're building a model, but you're actually trying to be passive aggressive to your roommate who's sitting across the table.
Mm-hmm.
So you set the angle and pressure on the hobby knife to send the pieces flying into his face and his food and stuff.
You're a monster. That's amazing.
Oh, Alex, there's a new game like Jalopy.
Is there?
Yeah, takes place in China though.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I forget the name of it. I'm sorry, but I think I saw it appear on Polygon or Kotaku, so
Neat.
it's something recent that just came out.
I'll have to check that out. By the way, Jalopy is 50% on sale. I'm not being paid to say that. I just really like that game and I want to see it succeed.
I love that game.
It's very good.
I really adore
I followed
its
the
vibe.
dev, and he
Yeah.
got really depressed when
My Summer Car.
My Summer Car came out.
Which is
Just-
such a bummer because
Yeah, I
they're
know.
so different.
Yeah,
and the
well,
storytelling
and
is.
it was no fault of My Summer Car. Just the
Yeah.
fans were like, "This game's better than this game,"
yeah.
because like everything has to be a fucking contest with gamers.
Right. Although, in fairness, I really enjoyed watching you play that game.
Yeah.
Especially when Beej walked in and proceeded to be like, "No, I remember doing this in my summers." And yeah. Like that was probably one of my favorite bits about seeing y'all play that.
Like just that had, and I don't own a copy, have never purchased a copy, but the appeal of that kind of thing that
It was a
just,
really great simulator. I don't know if I could like play it again, but
No, it seems like one of those things where like once
well,
it
you
sort
just slam 200 hours into it and then you drop it like a rock.
of, yeah,
That's actually just me with everything.
that's fair. I'm sorry for the mess I'm making.
Ah, it's called Road to Guangdong,
Guangdong.
and it's from the publishers of Jalopy.
No shit.
Yeah,
Rad.
says so right on the Steam page.
So
Wow.
that's just their genre then?
Well, I mean, for the publisher, maybe, I don't know.
Same publisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Oh, right. I keep forgetting. Windows
Excuse me.
requires me to do my network in a different way.
What about, is Windows yelling at you about?
No, no, I've just forgotten.
Where
do
does
it?
this piece go? Precious.
Network and sharing center.
Oh, I need to look up his instructions just so that I
Oh,
clip this
oh,
into the right place.
oh. Spaghettios. Piscattios. Let's do it.
Perfect. Okay. Internet Protocol version 4. Properties. IP address 192.168.0.2. Default gateway.
Marijuana?
Okay. Does the Naomi, when it searches for a gateway, is it actually trying to find something to talk to? Like, does it want to be the host, or does it want to
yeah,
be
it's
the
trying
remote?
to. Well, it's trying to handshake basically with.
Something
Normally,
else.
you would be handshaking with like another Naomi kit.
I see.
So there is a Spawn, like the comic book game.
Yeah.
There is a sort of a, I guess, third-person arena shooter.
Oh, okay.
And it required 4 cabinets that were networked to
Ah.
have the like, 4-player like free-for-all kind of versus mode on,
Sure.
which was supposedly the appeal of it. But like that's a lot of cabinets to dedicate to a Spawn game.
Yeah.
And so the idea there would be
But
that
yeah,
it would.
so anything that like had a network capability like that, that's what the NetBIOS, like the cartridge, the NetBIOS version with the GD-ROM was for, so that you could kind of chain them together. And I think in some cases you could actually, as long as you had the chips and the setup, you could chain through. And that is sort of the loophole that we're looking at here, because that allowed you to remote load a game
Okay.
into the ROM. And so
So
using software on a PC, you can do that same thing with a game that you have backed up on PC.
So the idea here will be that the Naomi will when it starts and goes through the whole looking for gateway and whatnot. It's like it doesn't really need to. It's not trying to establish like a permanent network connection to anything. It's just doing that because it's like I need to check in case I am part of a setup that requires network.
Yeah, well, it's basically like you can set it, I think, to netboot, in which case then it just sits to, find that signal from the gateway and then receive the proper handshake and load the game from the network.
Which, if all goes well, we are about to do.
All right. Well, let's get a close up on that screen. I think maybe or would we want to see Ian's celebration when it happens? I think I'll leave it on the wide because I think I would love to see you be so happy.
That's all Beach wants to see and do is be happy.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons I like
pardon me.
Beej.
Oh, he's such a good fucking boy.
Oh, okay. We have signal.
Main screen turn on.
Network system.
Checking network. It didn't immediately fail.
Bad gate. Wait, no, sorry. I'm helping.
Interesting.
Almost Yoroi.
That's what we want to hear. Someone say the word interesting.
Yeah.
In 2 languages.
It, okay. Well, it didn't send it. Let's just run the program again. Okay, there we go. Now it's happier.
Now Now we know.
Is the cord too long? Is that the problem?
What?
No, the cord length would not be a problem. It just needed to reset, I guess, because now it's sending it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
still sending.
Now loading.
Now loading.
Now it's loading. Might I ask what you are sending?
We'll find out in a
Okay.
second.
If it doesn't have to reboot a second time.
It does.
Well, it did.
God, I hope it's strip poker.
Yeah, I feel like it takes longer than that to load a game, but I could be wrong.
Some games are much smaller. This one was only
Fair.
80 megs.
Oh, that is pretty tiny.
Naomi 2, network system. Naomi network system. Checking memory.
This is
please
a lot
wait.
further.
Here we
Just
go.
Keeps dying.
I
know it's not
failed
dying.
again. Sorry.
What if it comes back on and it says Naomi 3?
Then,
Well, then we traveled through time
awesome.
and space and dimensions.
And launch.
Fade out.
I can dig it, Baron.
Yo, Baron, I can dig it.
I got so used to watching Naomi's boot. Oh,
Error.
I/O is not
I/O
connected.
board isn't connected to main board.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that means you don't have this plugged in,
Okay.
which you should probably turn it off and do
Yep.
so that it.
What'd you do
We'll
that
do
for,
that.
dude? Mm.
That's awesome. I remember when I worked in an arcade watching the boot up sequences for machines like this, because some machines just basically you turn them on and then just
yeah.
stuff starts up. You get your
Yeah,
your post.
Your test post, yeah.
Yeah.
But
But I always loved the Naomi starting up because they always had like a very beautiful sequence.
Oh yeah, well the charm, like the
Yeah.
sound that it makes when it boots up is really pleasant.
Yeah.
Does this need power as well, or is this
Which?
the
Second.
JAMA?
I
I think it's USB powered.
hold on. Which side are you on?
Sure.
How many levels are you on, my dude?
like
This is
4
the
or
power
5,
that
my
it
dude.
needs
Yeah.
from the board. So
So that'll require the
hold on, let me see. Because there's you have
some splitters.
some honkers over here, and then and it's. Let me think about how this goes. Yeah,
It's just an extender.
yeah, but I don't remember how. This breaks out. Yeah, I mean this is definitely because you can't see anything back here. Sure, because you can just use that and then. Oh, let me think. No, I think that's. Yeah, USB definitely goes into this, and it goes in on this side. And maybe it's that the JAMA. I don't remember. Why is that on this side? I know that's a pass-through that's supposed to be on this side. And I know that's your I/O. So that may be all that needs to get plugged in there. Go ahead and plug that back in.
All right.
Because I know you can pass through that stuff. I just don't remember if this is necessary or not for it to detect. So
I think
we'll
it's
see.
not, but that's
Yeah. Because you don't even have the GD-ROM connected, and it's doing
something
fine.
I figured out the last time is actually the it goes
You don't
both
have
ways.
to?
Well, no,
Oh.
it's not even that you don't have to. It won't boot if it's in that boot mode and it's connected to the
I see.
GD-ROM,
I gotcha. Okay.
and vice versa.
Well, go ahead and see if that's enough, or if we actually have to like splice that into the power setup.
All right.
So what did you figure out?
Well, we figured out exactly what we needed to figure out. Woo!
Sorry, everybody.
The problem became solved.
Exactly.
What was it?
Just a lack of a lack of power to.
I gotta be careful. I'm gonna
the
hit
input.
Beej in the face again.
Things
It's
going
just pieces flying
back
everywhere.
and forth. All right.
It's like Stalingrad in here.
I'm really looking forward to those god hands showing up.
Oh yeah.
Did anyone actually put in an order for those?
Let me ask Kenoki about it again.
Fuck.
Whoa, that sounded
Oh,
bad.
I need that though. That's
Oh,
actually
no!
one of my
What?
That's one of my
The actual
pads. Yeah,
pad.
Do you know about where that went? Okay, so
over there.
it's a big shiny gold square.
Yeah.
Yo,
Thank you,
best
Matt.
boy.
I'm sorry. I will be more careful.
No, you won't.
You're right. I won't. But I will at least point it into the ground.
This one's a
Loading.
slightly larger ROM.
Oh, you switched to a chunkier boy?
Yeah, figured we'd increase the.
Well, I mean, you should have at least seen if it booted up with, just the USB plugged into an I/O board. I mean, it's not actually USB, even though it uses a USB cable. Dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
Oh, the
That
chunk.
sounds super dangerous.
I agree.
Yeah.
It is.
Wait, what?
Well,
Yeah.
you use the USB plug, but it's not actually a USB
I mean,
cable.
says the people who have been trying to adapt a VGA cable into something that is most definitely not VGA.
Yeah, but I mean, you're DIYing it. This is a
Yeah.
this is a commercial system.
Listen,
Checking memory. That's good. Right.
if you
I forgot
use
I
it
could
as
just-
instructed.
How many
Oh, it
times
died.
did we go and reboot?
Just 3.
God, I was briefly reading about the CPS3, and apparently it has board suicide built in.
CPS2 is where they introduced that because there were a lot of rip-offs of Street Fighter 2 and
Ah.
like the Rainbow Edition and all of those.
So,
Here we go.
um,
No errors.
I don't remember if I've mentioned this before or queried about it, and maybe you know about this, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
No
The
way.
Roxor Boxor.
The what now?
The
Is
What?
it is it calibrating?
Yeah, see,
no,
Sorry, Holmes.
no I/O.
Yeah, it needs power, I think, so that
Okay.
it gets
the cabinet in which In the Groove 2 is put.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I heard that its hard drive is actually booby trapped
Oh, sure.
in such a way that if it's removed by a non-engineer, a spike pierces the hard drive, rendering it unusable.
I mean, that's one way of doing it.
In the Groove 2?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
dance game.
so what happened, like, Capcom had a huge piracy problem because Street Fighter 2 was this colossal success. Oh, I feel so bad for you, Capcom. No, but so what they did was when they made the CPS2 board, the B board, which was the game,
Yeah.
had a lithium-ion battery
Okay.
that basically they called it was CPS2 suicide is what they would call it. And so what that did is it kept volatile RAM alive that had the encryption codes in it.
Yeah,
So if the battery ever died, the encryption codes would
disappear.
go away. And then when you would boot it up, you could not play the game. So basically they did that to discourage pirates from being able to just kind of pull everything off the boards.
How long did it take for them to crack that?
Very long time. Even longer for CPS3, I think, because it was like double or triple encryption, like several layers.
Because ultimately, you are just talking about stalling.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But it was effective for that era. But the thing is like, so normally, in an arcade, you'd just be running the game 24/7, or at least, throughout the day, and that would keep the battery from burning down. But eventually that battery would die, and
God damn it!
you'd have to,
Call an
you'd have to
engineer?
send it to them for them to re-inject the security code into it and replace the battery. And basically what people do to their own boards, collectors, is they solder another battery into the chain
Okay.
to keep it alive so that they can swap the other battery out.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it sucks. But yeah, so CPS2 and CPS3 both have those things. CPS3 is a system where the games would come on CD-ROM, and come with a cartridge. And it was a very small cartridge, like actually looks like a home console kind of cartridge that had the battery and the security, like the encryption codes in it. And so you would plug that in, and it would use that to verify and then load off the CD the first time, which is 20 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
And then every other time you powered on the system, it was just a security check and everything was already loaded into the system.
Right.
But yeah, it's a really interesting series of stopgaps and firewalls they created to sort of discourage casual piracy of their games.
I mean, and really, like, the process of, like, you're not stopping this, you're only slowing it down. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we
but
got
the point is
5
it-
years to make our money off this game.
Well, the thing is it worked because that casual piracy was actually like Chinese companies making clones and selling it to arcades, and arcades not knowing any better.
Yeah.
Because there's a distributor selling it, and then you're getting a knockoff that, where Capcom isn't actually getting paid for,
The good work they've done.
for the game. Are you? Oh, you're plugged into. Oh, I see. You plugged like one into that, and then.
Yeah, I seem to remember that possibly being a thing that worked, but I guess not.
I don't remember how we
Yeah.
did it the last time, to be perfectly honest. And that's maybe not the best, but
But that's all the power cords we have. So.
yeah. I know that we've hooked it up before, but
What you
how's
laughing
it
at?
going there, Beach?
Oh, that's good.
You
I'm-
gonna
I'm-
share?
I'm looking for eggs.
What?
I'm looking for eggs.
Is this a Pokemon thing?
This is
No, it's an Easter thing.
an Animal Crossing Pocket Camp thing.
Oh.
I have to get 600 eggs before the event ends, so I can
Before
buy-
Easter?
Yeah, before I have 3 days to get 600 eggs,
Before Jesus cometh.
I'm-
and then
Unplug
I
that
have
again
to
and I'll
build
take a
a
look at
giant bunny that I don't actually want, and that takes 24 hours. So I actually only have 2 days to find 600 eggs. I already have 500 eggs.
What kind of egg?
They're digital eggs, tiny, round, like oval-shaped digital eggs.
Like quail or?
They're like probably more like ostrich eggs. They're quite big.
Oh.
You
Got
can
those
imagine
big yolks.
how big an ostrich is, and I can imagine how big an emu is because I've seen an emu. I've touched an emu and fed it.
That seems dangerous.
Well,
Emus are the-
when there's a fence between you and the emu, it's a little less dangerous.
Emus are the fine ones. It's the man who just
Cassowary.
recently died.
Yeah,
The cassowary breeder.
fed a
A
cassowary
what?
too.
What the fuck's a cassowary?
It's the closest thing to a dinosaur we have on this planet.
Yay.
Dangerous.
You mean not chickens?
Yeah, not this thing is no spring chicken. If you've not seen a cassowary,
I have not.
They are terrifying because
Yeah?
they look really cool, and they have a giant middle toe with a
thought that we-
huge talon on it.
I'm certain that we've.
We've
In fact, if someone in chat
certain
wants to
we-
post a
we
picture of a
tested
cassowary for
God,
Alex,
the
fuck
kicker
a
is the
shit
fact that
piss
the
nozzle
input.
dingus fuculon. Oh no, I have no idea.
there
what
goes
I'm-
one now.
audio. Okay, hold on.
This
Woo!
is the pass-through for
They're a
the-
pretty bird.
Pretty bird.
Now imagine that thing's as high as your waist,
Okay.
and its middle toe is built to
Its
tear
name
you
is
open.
power.
Okay.
Yeah. That whole speech that Sam Neill does in Jurassic Park about the velociraptor, the little kid who pisses himself.
Does he piss himself?
No, I just like to pretend. I like to imagine that that's what happens.
Yeah, like the cable, I think in most
That's
cases, the
kind of
cables
applied
are-
to cassowaries.
Like, I think there's
All right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a weird extent.
I was like,
No,
when it's
'cause
like
that's
Florida
not an
Man
actual
dies because he was
extension,
keeping a
yeah.
cassowary. I'm like, yeah, it checks out.
That's just a plug
Jeez.
from plug, This
I mean,
is
you
the
don't even
same-
need to finish the sentence. Florida man dies. Fill in stupid reason.
Yeah, pretty much.
Apologies to anybody who's died in Florida.
Yeah, for a stupid reason, or for a not stupid reason.
For any reason.
For any reason, I guess.
Don't-
Yeah, let's
don't-
just do that.
Ah!
Please don't die, people.
Oh, I see now.
I'm pretty sure we fed the cassowary, and how we did that is we threw food at it. We're like, don't get close to that thing. Take some of this and throw it in the
This
pen.
is-
Okay,
This is all
cool.
of these, for sure.
Is that how
Yeah,
you prefer
there's-
people
I
to
think-
use to throw food at you as well?
People
just-
throw
I
so much
don't
food at me,
remember.
Matt. You have no
I don't
idea.
remember
I just
eating.
went through
think
2
that-
boxes of it. All of those lovely gifts that you people gave us at PAX East have finally come in.
Beej ate
Yeah,
the
I mean, if I'm-
whole thing.
Perfectly honest, I
God.
suspect it's one of those things where we need to. We might have to splice into
Splice
the
in?
power and plug the
I've
JAMA
got
blade
a
in.
busted tail light.
Yeah, it gets power from that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
And
there's
I've lost
power
it for like
on
the
that,
4th
and so I
time
think
because
this
it keeps breaking off.
draws power, and I don't know if this is supposed to be a.
Why do you keep breaking it off?
This might-
Listen here.
I don't remember. It's just it's been a while, and I did not check up
That's
on
fair.
these bits of it. So it's clear you can get it to boot. Just
Yeah.
getting the controls. I mean, we also sort of have to have controls wired.
Yeah, before it'll actually do a
yeah,
thing. But yeah,
But
it's
let
going
me-
there to
let
there,
me
but
look at.
doesn't.
Let me refresh my brain about the pinout on JAMA.
Mm-hmm.
+5, -5, +12, and ground.
So it can control.
So, well, I mean, look at the power supply here. What do you have? You have 5 volt and 12 volt. I don't think you have a -5.
No.
I don't know if it matters. But you could certainly,
Yep. Well, there's that.
Need a-
That's a project for next time, then I guess.
You would need a computer power supply. Sorry. One that can provide positive and negative rails.
No, that's what we've got here.
But it doesn't have a negative
I don't
rail.
think it's got a -5. I mean, yeah, there's lots of things you could get another power supply and just plug that into the, like an arcade power supply that just is connected to the JAMA board would do it, rather than and literally just having 2 separate plugs for this thing. You could do that. I don't know what.
I'm betting that those are from the non-connected power.
Oh, that little. Yeah, that's probably the.
I mean, we could
That's
just.
the power. That's probably what you. Yeah.
I could
Use
hook.
to make a switch for it.
Yeah. I could hook that up to a multimeter and find out, but.
Yeah, that's fair. Pardon me while I file some more of this.
Please.
Excuse
I'd
me
like to have a
while
success.
I whip this out.
Well, how much time do we have?
We've got half an hour.
Oh boy.
We'll
Well,
have-
Leaving time for subs.
A success.
well, I don't know. I mean, Alex seems like he's doing all right over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm whipping your asses.
Is that how this goes?
Well, it's always a competition, right?
Even when it was never intended to be.
Yep. Especially when it was never intended to be. Like,
Like everything?
if men have one capacity to do anything, it's to turn literally any activity, no matter how mundane or how low the stakes are, into a competition.
Actually, funny point here, Ben, is that not something we can do. We should do on air, but we could always go back to the tapes.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Watch your old training videos?
Well, basically just look at how we connected it before,
Yeah.
the last time that we were playing with it, because I know that we powered it up. I just don't know if we actually did anything like with the controls,
Yeah, I remember us looking at them at least.
Is the problem that you didn't label the things?
No. It's just like it's being cranky about being connected to the I/O board, and I think it's just because we're not powering the I/O board. And I don't like. Technically, there's a plug on it for the Naomi type of connector, but I'm not sure that that's how we need or want to hook it up.
It's something we're probably going to want to look at diagrams for as well. I have a memory of us testing the I/O, but that could be a false memory.
I'm really convinced that you can just. I don't know. I should look at how the I/O works. Because I feel like it's the sort of thing where that Capcom board doesn't need the -5 rail, but that's also, I'm probably conflating because I've spent a lot of time with my head in Eurorack stuff, and Eurorack uses like, what is it? It's 12 volt and a -12, and then there's a a 5 rail, and the 5 rail is the one that doesn't get used a lot.
So ANT Rat says that an ATX power supply does have a -5 rail. It normally runs off the white wire. So
Sure.
if you have that
Yeah.
coming off in that,
Well, the difference
cluster.
is, so this is actually a Naomi power supply. So it
Ah.
has the connectors for the Naomi already on it, and
Right.
it looks like an ATX and probably does have a -5 rail, but it's not identified on the connectors. So
Magic, 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 magic.
Yes, I noticed that a few of you were able to pick out which piece of software I was trying to boot there too.
well, I was hoping it was going to come up, so I didn't swap
didn't
away
see
from
it.
it when I
Yeah,
saw
it
it.
was, sadly looping the typing.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, given the recent passing of Monkey Punch was hopefully going to be a.
I heard
Yeah,
you
I mean-
didn't like that nickname.
He
Wait, what?
didn't, Apparently,
oh. Well,
Yeah.
then we're disrespecting him.
it was apparently it was his trade name, but it was assigned to him by his editor.
Oh, that's why you didn't like it.
I mean, we infer that.
Yeah, I don't have primary sources. And none of us do now. But that's something I feel like every time we bust this out, we get closer. Just every time we think it's going to be the final one, it's not.
I mean, it'd be a hell of a thing if every time you worked on, it, you got further away from finishing it. Like,
Xeno's Naomi.
Yeah,
Okay, in just a minute, I'm gonna
I
get
really want to see that.
you to
finished, yeah.
highlight something here.
that's good.
Where, what? No, I don't have anything online about my rack. I haven't posted anything about it because I've mostly been keeping it to myself.
Just for you right now.
Well, both out of just, nervousness of I'm new to it, so I barely know anything, even though I've had my head kind of buried in it for a while now.
Hey, you guys.
Turns out modular synthesis is a very deep well and a very dangerous well for your wallet if you're interested in it. I think it's super cool. At some point, I'm sure I will be a little more public about that stuff, but there's some really cool coffee books that are not cheap. There's one called Push Turn Move, which is about interface design in synthesizers, and then there's one called Patch and Tweak, which is specifically about modular synthesis. So if you have ever seen those gigantic, like late 60s, early 70s Moog modular systems, they just
Is it Moog or
walls of
Moog?
patching. It's Moog, yeah. Yeah, Bob
The
Moog.
Moog.
Like that's modular synthesis, or like Buchla systems. If anybody's familiar with Suzanne Ciani, who is also often called Diva of the Diode, she got
That's a
her
cool
start.
name.
It's a really good name, but she got her start working for Don Buchla, who created the Buchla synthesizer, which has been around forever and is the start of West Coast synthesis. There's like West Coast synthesis and East Coast synthesis, and that's a whole other thing. Anyway, that's more of the kind of weird experimental stuff. But like, so Gianni really took Buchla's design intent to heart, which was that they were performance instruments,
As opposed to what?
well, as opposed to studio instruments.
Oh, okay. Play it live.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like, and so they were designed for live performance, and that's one of the things she does that's incredible. She's still touring. She's still doing workshops.
Neat.
If you get a chance to see her, it's worth going to see her because it's hard to describe. She does quadraphonic concerts. She did a couple way back in the
What does that
day.
even mean?
For
Four channels. So the speakers are set in a quad around you, and if you manage to get a seat close to the center, then you really get the experience because she's manipulating it across all 4 channels in real time. And she actually did some concerts way back in the day, and nobody got it, and so she stopped. And it was recently, basically, when people kind of got into that again. There's a number of performances of hers on YouTube. She has a limited edition LP that she put out recently called Quadraphonic, which is a live performance. and it comes with a decoder board that you plug the outputs from your turntable into, and then it breaks it into 4 channels. Or I believe the Spotify version of it is in quadraphonic sound. So if you're listening on, like a 5-channel system, something like that, then it should properly decode. But yeah, some very cool stuff. I'm sorry, King Zykor, I think so. Yeah, mentioned DIY and Eurorack. There's a lot of really cool stuff out there. I think I want to say Bastel does a lot of DIY kits. I know, like, I think it's Thonk is one of the stores that has a ton of stuff. And bless you. SynthCube is another one I can think of that's in the States. Thonk, I think, is UK. Bastel, they're actually out of Czechia, I think.
Czechia?
Yeah, Czech Republic is now Czechia or Czech, I think. I don't know. But they're out of that region, and like Erica Synths, who also do a lot of modular stuff and do a number of things that are inspired by the kind of glorious grunginess of Soviet era, like behind the Iron Curtain synthesizers like the Polyvox. And they're out of Latvia, I think. They don't really have a lot of DIY. They just make some cool stuff.
One of the things I'm just thinking about these for a second, and one of the things I like about them as an interesting piece of tech is that you can actually control resistance based on pressure with them a bit as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of, in modular and Eurorack, you'll find a lot of interesting sort of experimental synth concepts, or just experimental control and all kinds of other stuff, because lots of different people get into it for basically making an instrument that is custom to them and kind of custom to what they want out of their synthesizer, rather than like a static. I didn't do a good job with that one. That's not.
Are we boring you?
I'm eyeballing this more than I'm holding it up to the camera.
Sorry, no, I should have been breathing heavier.
Oh, yeah, please do. Yeah, I don't know Electrosynth. Muffwiggler is definitely the, I know, what a name. But that's a forum that is like specifically for modular stuff and is pretty good. There's some other ones that are more sort of general that I don't, like, I will occasionally tap into, but not very often. Okay, so that's about how that should
That looks
sit.
pretty good.
Yeah. So Ian, if you want to give me a hand with these.
Sure.
And Alex, you had a piece up a few minutes ago that you were like, hey, check this out.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is
You'll love
put
this.
this
So
like
first
just
of all,
below the hole.
I wanna show you this
and
step.
perpendicular, so that they're kind of flush with the plastic
Wait
part.
until we get
Can
that on
do.
the,
I'm going to need a close-up on this.
So, 'cause that's
absolutely.
the thing that
Hey, guys.
we need to get through.
So this is step 46, which I am on now. And what I wanted to draw your attention to was this part A3.
Hey.
So I have left these 2 sprues on because it is only connected together by those tiny little rails.
What the hell?
But this is one piece.
Wow.
So my intent is to put this in place, glue it, and then cut the
pop those?
sprues.
Yeah.
So
Does it actually tell you that in the
That
documentation?
seems-
Nope.
that
it
seems
just shows
smart.
this piece floating, magically supported by these things that are probably like 1/2 millimeter wide.
See, if it was me, I'd have just cut them and then been like, oh no.
Oh no!
Immediately broke the thinnest part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not falling for that trick a second time.
Yeah, that was Alex
you.
a month
Yeah.
ago.
Well,
It was
please,
something
by all
else.
means, I'll let you be better at this than I am.
Oh,
Yeah, here. we'll just turn this into an assembly chain, and
just want to assist.
I will plug my. I feel bad. I really. I don't have the kind of workshop where I could put together a sort of cabinet kit from scratch. But I do really want to like wire up a cabinet for MAME sometime.
Oh yeah.
My
you know.
man.
Really like a cocktail cabinet is what I want to do.
What does cocktail mean?
So it's just it's a term for the arcade cabinets that were cocktail tables.
That you sit down at them and
Oh!
you look down, and it's in the top of the table.
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
like you basically.
Oh, is that what
you s-
cocktail mode means?
Yeah.
Yeah. So cocktail mode on a game like on MAME was so that when you were playing like 2-player, like say Miss Pac-Man, when the first player's turn was over and it was second player's turn, it would flip the screen so that it was correctly oriented towards the second player
that's
at a
neat.
cocktail cabinet. Yeah. So I love those. Hate working on them. Got to work on one on the Joko cruise. I was lending a hand because they brought an arcade on board and they had incredible stuff. I don't know if I've talked to you all about it, but like they had an original Space Invaders.
Holy
No.
shit.
And that's like, if you've seen an original Space Invaders, it's one where the monitor is actually facing the sky, and then it's reflected on a mirror,
Yeah.
so that it has that like illusion effect, and so you have this beautiful like moonscape, a backplate, and that kind of stuff. And they had like an original like missile command.
Oh yeah.
And if you haven't touched a missile command cabinet in ages, then you've forgotten how big the trackball is
Yep.
and how easy it is to like clip your fingers in it.
Yep.
Yep. It was really cool. But so there was a cocktail cabinet that needed some work because the joysticks were janky, and I've never owned one. I just love them. But it turns out, so the way that a cocktail cabinet is laid out to work on it, you go through the coin door on a side, slip your hands up,
What?
pop 2 latches,
Holy shit.
and then crack it open.
Yeah.
Basically, the whole top, like the tabletop,
Yeah.
just there's a hinge on the side, and it just flips out, and that's the cathode ray tube
Oh
is
no.
bolted to the top part. And you basically have to flip that out of the way because that's like the super hazardous part.
But then you have to support it.
Well, it just flips out and just sits on,
Oh, okay.
like,
Okay.
and
Hangs
obviously the cabinet doesn't move. But so you have to do that to get to like the control panels.
Yeah.
Oh, and then the control panels on those aren't like easy access. You pop latches and they slide out. They're screwed in, so you have to unscrew them to get to the bottom of the joysticks, which are mounted on like metal plates so that everything kind of locks together. Oh, it's such a pain
It's
get into to work on.
such
and
a
the
pain,
one
it's such a beauty, right?
and the one I do enjoy it.
it's an interesting feat of engineering that they managed
Yeah.
to make it all fit. But
Well, and then whoever had worked on it before had soldered all the connections in instead of using quick disconnects.
oh,
That's
And in fairness, because those are machines that were rented out to go on cruise ships, like
Yeah.
it kind of makes sense in that like, oh well, that's not gonna like jiggle loose,
absolutely.
and that's great, except when you need to repair stuff,
Right.
and you have brought your one soldering iron, but you didn't bring the proper cable and plug, so it wouldn't actually heat up.
Great.
So yeah, I couldn't use a soldering iron, so I had to like recut and restrip all of the connectors with quick disconnects. But hey, it works.
That's good.
Yeah.
Some days
No,
you
I
just
enjoy
gotta do
doing
it.
that stuff, but like putting together a cocktail cabinet and using like a flat screen instead of, and some of them were like
Yeah.
multicades, so they had flat screens instead of like the tubes. But yeah, doing that, I think that would be a lot of fun, and also would be really nice to
your
have
interest in
around.
arcade machines, I severely underestimated.
I used to run an arcade, so
That I didn't know.
yeah.
Okay, my plan has paid off.
Hey.
This support structure has held the pieces together. I have anchored them, what I hope is adequately, and now we will set it free.
I'm gonna leave this zoomed in on that while you cut through that. But
Yeah, get that.
I've given you a bottle of flux there because that might make soldering these bottom bits a little bit easier.
Oh, you mean these or this?
I'm
Well,
not
I mean,
sure.
so the flux, like, do you mean I
Yeah.
should brush it on
I'm
this?
trying to think which side would be the best place to put it on.
Yeah. Oh, no, come back.
Nice.
Is it on there?
I think maybe on the the flat panel.
Oh, yeah?
No, it's on there. It's fine. I still broke it.
Really?
I gently pressed my thumb against one of these struts and it's
Nailed it.
Wow.
it's fine. Like it's a super easy fix, but it's
Sure,
still just
still.
like fucking busted.
As a demonstration.
Well, if that's the case, do you want to,
Sure.
because it's going to be these sides of all of them,
Yeah. Yeah.
because that's what I'm going to solder these onto. I guess I should.
Oh yeah. If you're going to
I
tune
might
those
actually need to
sides.
bridge that.
Well, I mean, I could, I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
you know, whichever.
I imagine these days if you're going to
See how it goes to start with.
Nope.
do a cocktail cabinet from scratch, because you could do if you're doing a MAME machine, and
So there's a place, I know, like there are plenty of places that have actual like designs laid out.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right. I think fluxing those is the correct move.
it strikes me that you could make like a very beautiful like Danish mid-century modern kind of pedestal with
Oh,
like
yeah,
a, with
yeah.
like a
Well,
fluted pedestal in the middle instead of having all that space for all the
Oh,
electronics.
well, I mean, you could just make a pedestal
Yeah.
that is your control thing, and then just wire that out and connect it to a computer.
Yeah.
You know, there are a lot of ways that you can sort of do an arcade. But yeah, so the site I'm thinking of is, I want to say it's North Coast Custom, and they sell, they're like MDF kits of, no,
Just the pre.
yeah,
pre-cut.
well, basically where it's pre-cut, and then it's like cam lock systems and all that fun stuff.
Why reinvent the wheel?
Yeah, and those are, you know, those are not as cheap as, you know, cutting stuff yourself. But it saves you a lot of that trouble, and then it's just like putting it together and putting T-molding in, and then just putting the JAMA harness in,
Yeah.
or however you are rigging. Because obviously, if you're not actually putting an arcade system in there, and you're just putting like a PC in, you don't have to go full JAMA. You really just need sort of your
USB
conversion to
Full
USB.
what now?
Yeah. JAMA is a wiring standard that was established by the Japanese like Arcade and Amusement Association.
Which is literally the acronym, I believe.
Yeah. Because up to that point, everybody had their own wiring harness for their games.
Which was difficult. For
They're like, this is
owners.
bullshit.
Yeah, Ian, I think fluxing
I agree.
everything is the correct move.
I think you're right.
So I'll, yeah.
And given how many cabinets they have in Japan that are basically not owned by the company who makes the game, they're basically just
ahead.
cabinets that go into the arcades.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is so the idea being that like, well, like in Japan, I feel like they were quicker to turn around to the universal cabinet. We definitely have them in North America where you could buy a conversion kit, basically post JAMA, and you would change your control panel out and change out your graphics, your marquee, and then you had a different game, you know, because the board just went in the same spot.
Right.
And
Japan kind of went ham on the idea of.
yeah, well,
those-
I really love sit-down cabinets. Japanese sit-down cabinets are glorious. I used to have one.
Oh wow.
If I could somehow track down a reasonably priced Sega Astro City cabinet.
Oh, sure. No, there's still people who sell them. You just, the shipping is where you get nailed.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
There's several companies. So the way that I used to get arcade games was through arcade auctions, where an auction house would, like Super Auctions is the one that I went to a lot, and they would tour around and set up these auctions, and basically route runners and and folks who ran arcades would dump stuff to be auctioned off to flush it out of their inventory, and so you would go to those and just pick up stuff. But those are not like, it's not too common to find sit-down cabinets apart from, say, the official Naomi cabinets
Yeah.
are actually sit-down cabs. Just in North America, they would add a pedestal,
Oh, okay.
which would elevate it to standing height
Right.
instead of the sit-down height that it would. And so that pedestal is just empty. And yeah, so like I know when I got one, I ordered it from a distributor that is in Hong Kong, and then
That one should be ready too.
yeah,
Solder-
it looks
solder
good.
finish.
And oh, this ought to be fun. Figuring out how to. Did I just? Yeah, I did.
That's
I
a
just
neat
got
looking
flux all
cabinet.
over it. Which?
The Naomi cabinet.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's great, clean lines. I'm very fond of it. But so I got it from I want to say it was CoinOp Express way back in the day, and I think technically their website still exists. And they were in Hong Kong, and they sell arcade cabinets and some games, like kits. Oh, I should not be completely dumb about this. Sorry, multitasking I am not good at. Anyway, but there's an auction house in Anaheim that is like a Captain's or something like that, and they regularly do really large auctions that you can actually bid on online, which is fun times because you have to arrange with somebody local to get it off premises. So have fun with that. But the last time I looked at one of their recent auctions, they had Astro City cabs and stuff. They had
Cool.
sit-down cabs in their inventory, which is super cool.
For those of you, specifically T-Salok, this is actually just a nail polish bottle
Oh, it's just a
What's in it?
nail polish jar full of
full of flux.
the flux capacity.
So the flux is less costly if you buy it in bulk.
Mm.
How about them apples?
Well, also I just wanted a brush to make it easier to put on too.
So I'm a genius. You know how this solvent melts plastic?
Yes.
There is a teeny little gap in the area where the strut broke.
Right.
Shit.
So I filled it in using matter from Sprue.
Well,
Because I cannot be defeated under any circumstances.
All right, get that in there in a way you're happy with.
not really.
Yeah, that's
Got it
unfortunate.
Sounds
sideways.
like my first time.
I heard that, Alex. Nope, that's not. Sorry, this is one of those like four hands kind of scenarios where you're like, how?
Holy fucking shit. Come on. Ooh.
Oh yeah, because you're going to want to loosen both sides.
Get in. You fucker. Oh, yes. That's good.
Yeah, because I sort of. The problem is like it's trying to loosen it up and then shift this so that it's on.
Mhm.
Dang it.
Did you want to try sucking some of the solder out? No, you got it.
There, we can just wait a hot second. Haha, hot second.
So these are just literally
Yeah, it's just.
double-sided
Hmm.
with a through hole.
Yeah, it's real simple. I mean,
Yeah.
you see what it is, so please, by all means, feel free to join me.
Oh, if you'd like a hand, I'd be
Yeah.
happy to do so.
That would be great.
So I'm going to put it to you now that it has been 3 hours.
Okay.
Yes.
So if you guys would like to continue soldering, that's definitely fine.
But
Alex, you don't have to stay. You're not being. You have to stay after class, or you can just keep working on your model. That's fine too.
how is everybody doing? Is the question, I guess.
I'm fine.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I really want to at least get some of these jacks done.
yeah, I'd like
Matt,
to.
if you want to go home, that's okay. I can stick around.
Matt, are you doing okay?
Yeah, I don't want to keep everybody. I just really want to have one thing over here that is.
You
I'd like to
bet.
get one of these done.
Sure. All right.
And
Well,
how about all you viewers? How are you all?
if you guys don't have to
holding in?
stay here, please stay here.
That said, would you like to, while we're doing this,
Yes.
because we're going to be heads down,
I could just do the subs for you.
would you be so kind as to take care of the subs for
In
us?
fact, let me do that right now. We'll do the up next. This will be an interesting, fun thing I've never had to do before.
Coming up next.
So let's talk about what's coming up next. Holy crap! Of course, the elephant in the room is the War of the Spark pre-release. If you play Magic the
That's
Gathering,
not an elephant. That's
PP.
a pre-release.
Gideon's going to die.
Oh my God, that's spoilers. He'll be fine.
if you're fond of Magic the Gathering, that there card game, we will be hosting the pre-release sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. Loading Ready Run is happy to present this to you like we do all the other pre-releases. That starts tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, and you can adjust that for the other places in the world where you exist. We have our 4 guests here that you've already been hearing about all the time, and I don't know who they are, so I'm not going to talk about them. I'm very sorry. But we'll move on to the next.
One of them's real loud.
Sorry? Yes.
Like,
Adam?
Adam
no,
is
no,
real
no,
loud.
giving Adam a run for his money.
It's true. So next up, though, after that, on
Dynamite.
on Saturday is Adam's Game House. Adam will be playing more Spheda in the form of Dark Cloud 2. So if you like electric golf, you can definitely watch him play some of that.
He plays
He's been playing a lot of Dark Cloud stuff
yeah,
Yeah.
Easy to count down
for
and
years.
for years now. So yeah, that's coming up at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight on Saturday. I moved my
temperature
mouse
did
and
you
I have
set
to
that
click
at?
the thing again.
I'm
Oh, that's how I
going
can do that.
to-
Also on Saturday is the return of
4:30 seems a bit high.
one more.
And I'm at
I'm gonna
572
Oh, okay.
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit.
Mic slightly.
Not.
Aha! I get. To
There's a
control the
recommendation
microphone.
he has so that you don't destroy the internal.
So James is
what's
returning
his,
with one more on 5 p.m.
retail.
Pacific. Please tune in for that on Saturday. And Rhythm Cafe coming in
Yes.
on Sunday, 4 p.m.
Try not to exceed 375 Celsius. So
And Ian and Heather will be playing old school musical some more.
Oh, finally, we're going to get it to the correct.
They figured out how to get the save files working because this is like
Thrilled
just
about
like every
that.
other old school game.
Science
When you
mentioned, but they
leave
weren't
the game, it does not prompt you to save. You should have thought about doing that before you said exit.
Just assume that
Man, remember when games were good, Beej?
Yeah,
How come games are so bad now?
games are bad when they used to be good. I
is that
guess.
how that works?
Play it forward.
It's me.
Matt will be playing more La Mulana. He's got more to
Have
do.
you
on
killed
that.
God yet?
I've only killed 5 out of 9 bosses, but we're working on it.
Oh, are they gods? Is that how that?
No, I just assume most of these games involve killing God.
One of them was Titty Baphomet, so
Oh,
So, Baphomet.
yeah.
okay.
For real though, like it was very present.
That's at 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time.
I'm sorry.
This Monday, the 22nd. On Tuesday will be 9 o'clock. That's the 23rd, starting at 9 a.m. James and Rebellious Uno and Surge are back playing Minecraft. They're playing Paths of Magic 3. It's a mod. And I believe they're trying to yank Adam onto the stream to play it with them because Surge won the Punch Chunk Challenge, which means that Adam had said, hey, James, or said, Surge, if you win, I will play Minecraft. And then Surge won. And James got really, or Adam got really upset at James, which was hilarious.
Surge won by like 2 blocks.
By 2 blocks, yep. Bonus Lure MTG on Tuesday. Why? Because War of the Spark also debuts on Magic the Gathering Arena. So if you join us on Tuesday, the 23rd, noon Pacific Daylight Time, we will have early access to MTG Arena's War of the Spark content. Talking Sim shows up at 2 p.m. Also on Tuesday. Cameron and Corey still trying to tackle
Oh god.
More
Detroit
less.
become human.
more Detroit become
That's been
human.
amazing.
I think they said this is their last kick at it. I think we'll see. Then following that evening, 5 p.m. will be Let's Nope. They're playing Pamali, which is an Indonesian folklore horror. Ben and Adam are sitting down to play that. Wednesday brings us more Play It Forward. There he is again. Matt will, by that point, maybe be through more of the game, I hope. That is how La Mulana works.
No, I'm not going to do anything the prior.
You're just going to dick around.
Yeah.
Wednesday at 3 p.m. I should say that was earlier in the day. And of course, Wednesday at 3 p.m. is now Kiss. Kathleen and a guest will be playing Don't Make Love.
I think it's Cam joining.
I think it's
possibly.
Cam. Cool. Then AFK that night will be XCOM the board game, which I played already once.
So happy to run that back.
It's a hell of a lot of fun. I can't remember if I'm on this one again or not.
You are, I believe.
I
think
am?
we're getting the band back together.
Just the whole team. Okay.
The band.
It was a hell of a lot of fun to play the XCOM the board game.
Wasn't it just?
Yeah.
Really?
It's cooperative asymmetrical play. Everybody
Ooh.
has a different thing that they're doing to try to accomplish the same goal.
That's kind of cool.
It's a lot of fun. And then Checkpoint, which we had a chill point today, but Checkpoint will return on Thursday at 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight. And I believe I'm still on this one because Graham is still in the editing mines doing Road Quest. Later that day will be Lure MTG. And then the long game.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
the long
wanted
game.
to work into this because the long game, we of course had our debut episode getting to play some Hero Quest, which was a lot of fun last Thursday.
I'm in that.
And so, yeah, this upcoming Thursday, we'll be playing Pandemic Legacy. I think we're like in September or something, and that's because Ian is here now, and Ian will be able to play Pandemic with us.
Because he was playing it for real.
Yes.
Yep.
So
That
now
was the problem.
Now we are definitely
Fuck
to
yeah!
play more. Oh, we found it.
Fucking. Oh, yeah! You thought you could get away. I have a certain set of skills.
Those are your upcoming Loading Ready Run streams. Let's talk about subs today because a lot of you have subbed, and I will begin the starting process. Paul showed me a
should
new
I?
thing.
No, we're gonna let Deej.
That sounds
Oh no,
dangerous.
I was just asking if I should actually talk about any of the crap that I do.
Oh, yeah, Ben, do that actually. Let's do that before subs.
Hey, while I'm all fleshing this, yeah. I mean, the one thing that I do, I know, I just like saying all flesh because it makes everyone uncomfortable.
Yep.
The one thing that I've been doing lately is I have a podcast that is a very niche, weirdo thing, which is a Columbo rewatch that I do with my buddy Mac. We're up to like 30-some odd episodes in the 69 episode series that is Columbo.
Nice.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah, you can dig it up on iTunes or at columboys.com.
Columboys?
Yeah, Columboys is the name of the podcast, and it is us talking about terrible 70s fashion and things that maybe don't hold up too well, amazing guests. Because, in Columbo, all the guest actors are usually the murderers.
They're not. They're not Pillarmen. They're
Right.
Column boys.
Oh my God.
But yeah, that is the thing that I have been doing lately. So if that sounds like something that you feel like listening to, then give it a spin. Sorry, I would look more at the camera, but
That's quite all right.
I'm messing this
Don't
up.
want you to burn
down.
your hands.
Oh no, I mean, I'm just like,
Are we doing promo stuff?
Yeah, please.
I have a new comic page up today. I'm sorry. Did that?
Rad. No, that
Right.
wasn't your fault.
I didn't post on Twitter because I need my image, but page 13 of Purifier is up at purifiercomic.com.
Nice.
yeah.
It's my diesel punk alt history 19.
How often do you
30s.
update, Alex?
Once a week. I've been trying to get it like by Friday. It sort of, I mean, it's a new process, so, and I need to crack the whip on myself. But I've been getting a post a week, so.
That's great.
Awesome.
That's purifiercomic.com.
And of course, if you'd like to check out anything that I'm doing, you can check it all out at tilty.house. Yeah, buying .house was the best decision I made.
It's pretty good. Hey,
That was very good. Yeah.
That's looking much more truck-like.
I'm going to zoom in a bit on that. Oh, that's so cool.
So you can erect it now.
I'm erecting the erection.
That's great.
Yep. Oh, this has been a lot of work, but Quite a satisfying kit, all things considered.
Well, you're not done yet.
Nope.
I'm gonna move on to our subs.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
You guys can keep doing your thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And are beginning with. Hope this works. Why would it ever?
Well,
there we go.
this
Dry
side
Hat.
is not.
Dry Hat been here for 41 months. Thanks very much. Thank you for coming back. And an anonymous gifter gifted 3 subs to Vox Lunch, Tilty House, and I Horner.
Thank you. Double
Hey,
thank yous.
yeah.
Probably also would have done Dandy Geek if they'd known what your Twitch address was.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then Coronac CJ has returned on their full year. Happy anniversary.
Welcome, Cornix.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Hajnal Endot back for the 14th month. Lizardman 175 back for the 43rd month.
And a what do you call it? An occupation? A
First name, last name, and occupation.
What?
Lizardman, Lizardman, Lizardman. Which is funny to me because when he gets off the stand, his buddies go, "Yeah, good job, Dave."
Yep.
Amelia R. returns for the 2nd month. Thank you for returning, Amelia. Also, you were the reason I think the chat was singing Backstreet Boys earlier, so thank you for that as well.
Oh, is Backstreet back?
All right.
All right.
Wardino returns for the 7th month. Welcome back.
Dang it.
Dreamspan on the 27th month. That is a perfect cube, 3x3x3. Plummeting Sloth, who had some good luck with their own TTSF style projects and shared them with us earlier. Thank you very much.
Nice.
You resubbed for the 67th month. Thank you so much.
Nice.
Royaltum, back for their 26th month. Welcome back. AJ Durai, back for the 26th month. Again, welcome back for you as well. Gassy Pacho
If you need a
is a brand new subscriber. Welcome,
I
Gassy
just don't
Pacho.
Did they
think it's connected
sub
on that
cold?
side.
They sub
the,
so
the
cool.
longer blade.
That's how you're supposed to
I'm
sub.
just- Like I could try to just jam solder under it, I guess, but that doesn't
Indiana
seem like the
Joe
best.
returned for the 37th month. Welcome back.
Anyway, yeah,
if you want to get this. Ooh. Let's not cross over.
Herbert
You
Erperderp
wanna
returns
finish
for the
that
43rd month. Welcome back, Herbert. Hiding Box, back for the 4th month. Welcome back. Cuttlefishman has returned for the 28th month.
Is this?
It's to
Welcome
move
back.
that to the side then if you want to.
Oh, that. Oh, I see.
Finish that.
Yeah.
Cockmise, back for the 7th month. Welcome back, Cockmise. Kikazi has returned for the 60th month. That's 5 whole years. Congrats on your 5-year anniversary.
Dang.
Dang.
Welcome.
Ow.
Bruh.
Trance Lights Guard returned for the 2nd month. We're glad you've resubbed. Welcome back to the channel. Nigoki has a gift from Asterix Mike. Thank you very much, Asterix Mike, and welcome, Nigoki.
Eva Nigoki.
Te Chef has returned for their 3rd month. Welcome back. Lunar Jade was given a gift from an anonymous gifter.
Hey.
She had popped her head in briefly,
Oh.
I noticed, and then everyone
You just
tattled.
get the sub aggro.
Everyone just straight up
That's a
tattled. I was like, Beach got hurt. And she's like,
I feel
oh,
good
yeah.
about that.
Yeah. Yeah, we have the clips over here. You can see them in the lure content on Discord.
We got beach in trouble. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeet.
See that? Yeet.
Oh! That's fine. It's not flammable or problematic. We'll just need something to sop it up with. It's
The
sticky.
flux?
Yeah. Yeah, it
I should probably not do that.
looks like candy, is not candy.
It's not candy.
It's not candy.
Football Flip Lost has returned now for the 20th month. Welcome back.
Thank you, Fibble Flip.
Jaded Cynic has returned for the 26th month. Welcome back. Roadhog 123 on 11 months on the cusp of that anniversary. Oh, Heather is still in the chat. Hole of the Wise Wolf back for their 52nd month. That's as many months as there are weeks in a year. 302
So,
Dave.
the strategy I've discovered. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave, for your 17
Easy.
months.
This is coming along quite nicely.
Yeah, I found that hitting the circled side or the hold side first to tack it down works, and then you can
Oh, there you go.
use the you can wick solder underneath the other side with the flux.
That's pretty good.
Sorry, Beach.
That's okay. Jamesy and Jam has been enjoying their name on the screen for a bit, for 38 months. Alt Cheese is a brand new subscriber. Welcome to the channel. And I see that you just did that with Twitch Prime, actually.
That's
Thank
what I
you very
just
much.
Spilled a little bit more.
Well, it
404
just, you know,
bits.
it's one of those things where like it was kind of sort of on the.
Thanks
I'm
to
gonna
Type
wash my hands.
1, Banrail, Xantos69, and TS Seloik. Dubbits, dubbits, dubbits.
Thank you so much for those bits, bits, bits.
Bits.
Right. Well, thank you everyone so much for joining us here this week on Tinker Tailor Solder Fry. We made some progress. We made some bits of sprue.
I think Alex made the most progress.
Hey, we're almost done these all flesh.
All flesh.
100% flesh.
Holy shit. But sorry, not to. Can we
Make
get a
it all-
close up on this
yeah.
again?
Yeah, by all means. I mean, I did all that to take care of all the stuff. We can stay live for a little while longer
But
if
yeah,
you want.
we'll be back next in a couple of weeks' time here with more Tinker Tailor. Hopefully, I'll be working on some more all flesh projects. Maybe I'll get to the leather bag bit.
Oh, right. That is technically a flesh project.
So involved.
Oh, dude. 4-strength, 4-stem leather bag. Oh.
All the good stuff.
So how much of the all flesh pads do you have finished?
We got a good amount.
Yeah, we have, I think, 4 more to do. Are we missing a chunk?
So you say they're an interface device to a synthesizer, essentially.
Well, so basically you can use them to bridge circuits. So,
press one, press another one with
sorry,
your
I'm
fingers.
trying to think of the short version of
They're
this.
buttons.
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean more as far as like the basics of. So in Eurorec, in modular synthesis, you have sort of 2 core kinds of control, like of stuff that you run through cables.
Okay.
Audio signals
Right.
and control voltage, because everything is like you can send CV to any sort of modulation, point and manipulate other settings in other modules and all that. That's part of the thrill of modular synthesis, is that you can sort of customize how the signal flow works
Right.
to your liking and use things in ways that they were not necessarily intended to be used, and that makes for interesting stuff. So the all flesh is like a patch cable, but your body.
Right.
Yeah. So like you can use it for audio or for CV or whatever, and you can introduce, a resistance that is not normal to, and you can get curious and fun changes in audio from that.
Based on pressure that you're putting down. Or,
Yeah.
Oh, and so the fact that these have audio jacks on the other end, it's like you basically
You plug it in one spot and plug it in somewhere else, and then you can like put your finger pads on the 2 of them to, like, I've talked to people who have used them in like the clock signal in on a drum machine,
Right.
for example, so that the drum machine already has a pattern, but then they actually just like to close the loop for the clock, they just will like tap it out, and it allows them to sort of control the beat coming through
almost
it.
like a button in that.
it's a very
Yeah.
simple way to say I want to change the tempo.
Yeah.
But then you can get even more ridiculous because I mean you have so many parts of your body that can touch things.
Well,
So
The-
you
the-
could
yeah.
multi-route stuff.
The nifty
yes,
thing about this is
that's
that
definitely true, and you'll get really weird and curious results doing that. What were you saying?
I was saying the nifty thing about these is they can be used in both an analog and a digital capacity.
Hey,
Respect.
you guys. Remember when I was sort of trying to figure out what I wanted to do exactly with this kit?
Mm-hmm.
I think I know now.
Oh.
So picture this diorama. There's a crosswalk, and this is breaking so hard that it's tipped up on end. The missile has come dislodged and is stuck in the ground.
That could be pretty funny.
Wow.
Especially if it's like somebody with a pram. That's funny.
That's good.
I like it.
Maybe you can have the guy going through the front windshield. He's just like, down I go.
Make him look like Dan Aykroyd, and it'll be all okay.
So Ian,
Yes.
I'm going to give you control over when we actually go out.
And I was going to say, well, I think we're at a good point,
Yeah.
show-wise, where we can leave. I'm just going to finish soldering this pad here.
bet.
You know what? My soldering iron isn't hard enough. It's hot enough. Thanks so much, everyone, for watching Tinker Tailor Solder Fry this week. We will see you in a fortnight's time, but enjoy the end of the broadcast day. Dos Padania for real!
The slogan.
Yes, I'll be ever forward, never learning.